There you are. I told you I'd find him. It's a mother's instinct.
Instinct? He left us a note. I'm leaving. I'll be at the train station.
What? Perfect. That'll be $50.
Yeah, loving it, loving it, loving it.
I don't want any pictures.
Well, that's all right. There's no film in the camera. Put your head between your legs.
Huh?
Whoops! There goes my stop.
From the makers of Ice Age, robots.
Aunt Fanny!
Why is she called Aunt Fanny?
Couldn't call her Aunt Booty.
Whoa! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rivet Town for We Bought a Mic.
I'm really impressed that you remembered that.
Rivet Town.
Robotville.
I thought you were going to say we built a mic, but that also works.
Oh,
man. All right, take it from the top. We bought a mic, we built a mic, a pop culture podcast, a pop culture nuts and bolts cast for Good Mike Hunting, a series on the films of Mr. Robin Williams, esteemed actor, comedian, metal being, robotic, anthropomorphic being.
the second film in this watch through in which Robin Williams plays a sentient robot being.
Yeah, you don't know which one I'm talking about. It's possible. You don't know by the title of this episode. Voice actor for the first time in forever, hopping back on the saddle with Robots 2005. Welcome. My name's Ernest.
I'll let Hunter go, even though he's not fucking here.
I'm sorry, I'm so full of hot pot I couldn't be there, but I do consider myself the Aunt Fanny of this podcast. And my name is Hunter.
Bro, you wish. We were getting so damn bored watching this shit last night.
I had to pause it and like make sure that no one was home.
Yeah.
Just so I could just fucking just go to town on Aunt Fanny. Just thinking about all the things I was gonna do to Aunt Fanny.
All right.
So I'm Drew. And
couldn't call her Aunt Booty. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no.
Welcome back to the show. Ray Rodriguez, how you doing?
What's up, guys? Hey, doing great. Thank you so much.
Welcome back, Ray.
Stoked to be back.
It's been since Nick Cage, since Face Off. Since we had you on.
I only show up for classics. That's the thing. Classics
only for 10 out of 10s.
Do not book me for anything else.
10s only.
They definitely switch faces in this movie. They switch all kinds of body parts. There's a lot of switching of body parts going on in this movie.
That is, oh my God, you're right. There's the thread.
Is there anything you're repressing that you want to tell us, Ray? These movies that you choose?
You want a new face? You want a John Travolta face?
You want an upgrade?
I'm trying to get out. Yeah, I'm trying to get upgraded constantly.
So, Robots. Ray, you picked this movie when I reached out to you about this series a mere, a year and a half ago, roughly?
17 years ago?
Just about, if you're counting.
What was going through your head all the way back then as you saw the path in front of you to make this decision?
So I did jump on it a little late, which was on me, but then I did go for the chaos pick, essentially. I'm like, which one of these is, first of all, going to be, like, I was like, maybe they're not going to hit all of these, so which one are they, like, least likely to hit on? And it's just going to be not the best time to be watching. And so, yeah, I just went with Robots.
The best
seemed like the funniest choice at the time. Yeah.
Right. Did you like grow up with this movie? Was this a nostalgic pick for you? Because this came out in 2005, like right around the time that we're all in our youths around 2005.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. No, I saw this in the movie theaters though. It's not like super memorable to me, but like I used to frequent, especially like, early odds. I was in theaters like all the time, just watching whatever, which is why I watch fucking Robots. But
we used to be.
I like very distinctly remember watching this movie in the movie theaters and it being like, huh? Because I was just like, a little older, and I was like, okay, this is like
Yeah,
a
because
kid's
you were
movie,
probably
and it's
you're a
okay.
teenager at this point, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, like it's not offensive to me,
I'm
but
gonna-
it's like,
Be honest, Ray. Did this movie radicalize you politically? Because this movie is pretty.
It's like a communist manifesto.
Yeah, it's.
I think that's the thing about it. Like rewatching it, I was like, oh, you sneaky fuckers, you guys got me. I thought I wasn't paying attention, but all this is ingrained in my brain now, and it's just like, damn. Because that's the thing. I'm sure we'll hit on it a little bit more, but it's like, it surprised me a little bit of some of the relevance of the movie, with it being like, from what it seems like to me, like kind of like a cash grab kind of film, like just a bunch of famous people phoning in their lines.
I would imagine that this movie is pretty carved up in the edit, because like they're doing
an animated movie that usually doesn't happen.
Yes, it does. If the studio is like, we don't like it, like they'll be like, you gotta make this short, because like this movie's doing
carving usually happens early on.
They're doing so much shit in this movie though that like I cannot believe that the writer and director wanted this to be less than an hour and a half. You know what I mean? Because it's like borderline like full-blown musical. Like it has a ton of like musical numbers. It has really, really lengthy visual sequences, and then a lot of characters, and a really, really complicated plot.
It sounds like you're part of the ruling class.
I was gonna say,
like you're siding with the capitalists.
Yeah, you don't fucking regular capitalist robot over here. The thing is that this guy who made this, Chris Wedge, same guy who made Ice Age, out here for Blue Sky Productions.
Ice Age rocks.
If you haven't watched it recently, Ice Age is actually an allegory for Marxist revolution. So those roots kind of run through in all of his storytelling. Same goes for Epic.
Not
you guys big fan of the film Epic or Monster Trucks?
Monster Trucks.
Okay, so 2010s weren't as kind to our guy.
I did see a poster for that in the theater. What was that, 2015 or something?
So to be honest with you guys, and maybe this was like the time frame of when it came out in like 2005. I was like a little bit older. It was like in a post-Polar Express world. So like I was like, there's no longer a god that exists in this planet. After seeing Polar Express in theaters, I'm pretty sure that I saw robots in theaters too, because there's some scenes that I vividly remember. Like the scene of between Fender and Sister Robot, played by Amanda Bynes, where he's like, I'm in your room. No, I'm not. No, I'm in your room. No, I'm not. That's like ingrained in my head in a core memory that I wish didn't exist in my brain.
That's because of the trailer.
Yeah, that the trailer, the marketing for this was insane.
That's what I remember.
Through a bunch of old shit, like and like cleaning out stuff a few years ago at my mom's house, and I had like Happy Meal toys for robots that I had saved from the years. Like I just remember the marketing stuff everywhere. And I did not like this movie as a kid. As a kid, I was just like, I don't care. I was like, this movie looks bad. I don't like it. I don't care about it. And then I was kind of pleasantly surprised rewatching it.
It looked bad compared to Polar Express when you're
compared to the masterpiece that is. No, I think just in 2005 was around the time where I was like, guys, I actually don't watch cartoons anymore. I watch adult things like Flavor of Love, and
in 2005
I love New York. Tila Tequila is my love now. I was watching a lot of Next.
Hunter, you said you were pleasantly surprised, and yet you gave this 2 stars on Letterboxd.
that was my original. That was my original. No. That was I haven't updated my ratings. That was whenever you make a Letterboxd account and you're like, I don't know, fucking 2 stars.
I don't believe you.
I don't know.
See, I had to double check real quick, and I am correct. I'm pretty sure months like super close, because Sin City in the same movie theater, like. Same year. These movies came out in the same year, and I like vividly remember watching.
What a double feature!
And I'm like, when you were talking about earlier, where you're like just at that age where I'm like, yo, I don't really like cartoons anymore, but I'm gonna still watch robots just because it's it's there. And then next week I'll go watch Sin City because it's like, I don't like cartoons anymore.
That's the cool one. That's what the adults watch is that, and then you like as an adult, you're like, they're all kind of shit. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
like
it's like all the
this
same
is
shit.
kind of worse than the cartoon. I would rather just watch the cartoon at this point.
Exactly.
Sin City, that's a big Lee movie. I'm pretty sure that my fiance Lee is like really into Sin City. That's like a pantheon for her.
That's cool.
That's like the primal Snyderverse. That's just like the origin.
That's proto Snyder.
No, I'm saying like of just like that whole aesthetic of the Watchmen kind of style of like everything is like black and white and red.
So 05 was an interesting time.
Ernest, we're gonna have to talk about this movie at some point. You can do this all you want. I know what he's doing.
You don't want me to name every movie that came out in 2005?
Before we started recording, Ernest was like, just so you guys know, like we can go on whatever tangents you guys want.
I know, that's why Ernie, this is, you hate to admit it, but this has a lot more merit to it than some of the other films that we've talked about in the Robin's past.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, of course, he's made some fucking shit, man.
Yeah, this is still a kid's movie. I think that the tough thing with this movie is that it fails at being a movie for children, but in that failure, it has some interesting things about it. Like some of the jokes are a little funnier because it's aiming to be, a little bit more for the older crowd and not just specifically for children. And then, yeah, like you guys were talking about, these themes of seizing the means of production against our capitalist overlords. That is something that children do not give a single fuck about. They are not going to care about the robot movie being an allegory for capitalism. And I thought that was interesting. It doesn't really work, like it doesn't really click together, but the fact that the movie tries to do that, you wouldn't see that in a Disney movie. A Disney movie wouldn't even attempt that. That's why it's cool to see this kind of off-brand blue sky production go for that. And when the movie first started, like the first shot, I was like, oh my God, this looks like shit. And then as it went on, I was like, okay, I'm starting to get what it's going for. And for 2005, I think that it ends up being like a lot of it ends up holding up pretty well. And there are some sequences that do look pretty great.
I wasn't too upset with like the animation. I think my biggest issue with the animation, to be honest, is that the character designs are not anthropomorphic enough for me.
Yeah.
Because I was having, maybe it's just the spectrum coming out, but I was having a hard time identifying human emotions in these robots sometimes. I was like, what are we trying to give here? What is this guy feeling?
A lot of small eyes.
A lot
small beady eyes.
Yeah, a lot of Cillian Murphy looking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Did you two watch robots like growing up, like as a kid?
No.
Do you have any memories of this?
I never did, but the marketing was so aggro. And particularly the Amanda Bynes focus in the marketing.
Oh, and 05 Amanda Bynes?
Because she is the only young person in this movie.
She also doesn't enter the movie until like halfway through.
It takes a long time to get to Bynes. And I wouldn't say she's the best part of the movie.
Piper?
No disrespect. Listen, we gotta give some love to
Socialist queen?
Amanda's going through it right now.
Yeah, I didn't know about this.
Yeah,
the listeners. You and me last night to these breaking news.
She's back in the grippy socks. That's all we gotta say. So I'll give the quick summary of the movie before we get too far into it. One thing you need to know about Rodney Copperbottom is that he is a young robot inventor who dreams of making the world a better place. And one thing you need to know about the evil Ratchet is that he takes over Big World Industries. So
it takes a long time to like get to that.
It takes a long time to establish what's going on.
Because first we get in a diner where I have to ask the questions, why do robots have to eat? Like oil is fine. I guess, robots need oil, but there's like, nuts and bolts.
I was
munches down in a diner. What's the purpose of a diner in this world? I don't understand.
Me and Ernie were going through it, trying to get to the end of the fractals of like how everything is alive in this world. Like
the watches. If the watches are sentient,
and a guy is selling them, so the watches are slaves. Like
everything essentially is sentient.
So at that point, like the nuts and the bolts they're eating are alive, and it hurts them.
I don't know.
It hurts them. They scream as you chomp down on their bodies.
I don't think they're alive, because that's the equivalent of like a chicken leg. You know what I mean? Right. Those are just parts.
That's like saying that like the arm that falls off of Robin Williams then becomes another Robin Williams.
Yeah,
like, that's not.
I mean, it kind of does. There's a brain disconnect there. He's telling the brain what to do. But sometimes it's not listening.
It's really intense. This movie also plays very lightly with the concept of death. A lot of robots just die very casually,
and then their parts get repurposed.
Yeah,
like there's a joke at the beginning.
This is a Buddhist manifesto too in here.
They're like they're looking at little baby Rodney, and they're like, he has his mom's eyes or his grandma's eyes in his grandpa's nose. I'm glad we kept those parts.
No, I love the beginning of this movie. It's just like making the baby is the fun part, and the whole 12 hours of labor, and it was all worth it. That was great. I liked all that stuff. Those are some good bits in there.
So Ray, what did you think about
whenever he gets his big boy parts? And they're literally in a box that say "My Big Boy Parts."
But they're hand-me-downs. It's like, is that the body of a family member? Is that the corpse of a family member?
Well, it's like you would grow out of it. It's like a snail or something like that. How you move to a bigger shell.
This is what you said. But Ray, I want to know your thoughts on the toilet. Why is there a toilet?
There's a toilet that's alive.
Why is the toilet alive?
I did have a question about that, but not only that, when they're building Rodney at the beginning, they also have a butt for him, which is like, what use would a robot have for a butt? But then you see the toilet later, and you're like, I guess they're pooping, like they have to. But I did see, because I was doing just like digging on robots after I watched it today, just to see what like the general consensus is, and I was just like watching random YouTube videos. And people were like weirdly like nostalgic about it, but somebody was very correct in saying that it's like the Cars movies, where if you just think about it at all, you're gonna go down a deep ass rabbit hole that you should just, there's no point.
Right. Yeah.
You're just gonna get so crazy.
Opening up a can of worms that you don't want to go down, of just what is this universe where cars are sentient to what is the inside.
They get on the train, and it's like, is the train a robot? The train feel pain as it rides on the rails?
It hurts
up to another.
What's his name? Randy literally builds a little other robot to do his dad's job, which he's sad that his dad has to do the job. So it's like you're just making another little.
Yeah, you're just making another guy.
So it's just like.
Also, I know. Listen.
But the dad is built to be a dishwasher.
Body
his body is a dishwasher.
But then does that mean if they just like took his body and instead like attached a perma guitar to it, it's like, well, I guess you're just a permanent musician now. That's what your life is.
The whole movie, you think that he has no choice because that's what he's built to be. And then at the end of the movie, he just takes off the dishwasher and he's fine. It's like,
it's just you just have like a spine, and then you just attach whatever you want.
It's a metaphor for like generational wealth, and the fact that we often fall into the same occupations as our parents because it's easiest. We inherit their parts, their equipment. Yeah,
damn.
But
this movie's a masterpiece.
We can break that cycle.
Shit.
So I did get on DeviantArt and search robots movie. It's a tough search, but someone did do Rodney Dancing with Blue from Blue's Clues.
Okay. All right.
Worlds collide.
So
someone just loves both of these things.
This is a side tangent, but since we were talking about the animation and like how it held up, I actually was kind of shocked at how well I thought that it held up for the most part. But it does have, and I say this because like I've been watching Monsters Inc. like on repeat in my house lately. It's just been like almost like a go to sleep movie lately, and I It's a perfect movie. But Monsters Inc. has the thing where, like, if you look at what's right in frame, it looks incredible. If you look at anything moving in the background, it's horrifying. It's fucking nightmare fuel, and don't look at that.
That's because Monsters Inc. they used up all their fucking time on Sully's hair.
On the hair, and the hair looks so good. Even in fucking 22 years later, it still looks immaculate. Even Mike's body looks great. But the scene towards the beginning of the film where they're walking down the street and you see all the other monsters, horrifying, absolutely terrifying, everything that you're seeing there. And there's a little bit of that in this movie where, like, if you see them whenever they're in the center and they first go to like Cogsworth Tower or whatever the fuck it's called, and you like look in the background of like these like robots just like moving their bodies around, and it's nightmarish. It does not look good in any way, shape, or form. But whenever you got like Fender doing his little thing right in frame in front of you and all in focus, it looks nice.
One of the things that I wanted to bring up was this Malaysian theme park.
I didn't know we were gonna get so like straight into this. Are you guys aware of this? Have you seen this? Have you heard?
No.
Okay.
We found Hunter Ernest and I this week went on the Seltzer cast.
Shout out to Sean.
Yeah, shouts out Sean. Sean told us about this. There is a Malaysian theme park that, you know, just because of like how like you know, property rights like turned out in terms of like IP, they have a robots world. They have a
whole world. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a whole section of the park as if it's like Harry Potter or something. And as like when it dropped, it was expected to receive 2.8 million visitors a year. There was Sean read to us a food menu that was entirely based off of the movie Robots. Which is funny.
It's called Robots Rivet Town. Oh my god, no, I see it. Should we go? Do we get enough money from donors that we can book a trip to Malaysia to go to Robots Rivet Town?
This is literally what we were talking about on the Seltzer cast. We were like, we gotta get out there. Brett, you gotta up that donation a little bit.
This could be my my bachelor party for my wedding. We're going to Malaysia, boys.
Let's do it. We're gonna go to Malaysia, and then we're gonna go to, where did they film Popeye at? There's like a Popeye world.
I think that's somewhere in the Mediterranean, I think.
Yeah, we could hit both. Just pop in.
I just kept thinking about that when you're first introduced to Robot City through this Rue Goldberg machine, where you're just being like, you're in this ball with Ewan.
I have a lot of questions about the architecture, which I don't know if you want to get into now, or they're like, yeah, we should probably build a pinball world, right? That's probably the most efficient way to get around.
It's like 5 minutes.
It's so long. And I was thinking, like, if this is a ride at Robot World in Malaysia, it would literally be the greatest theme park ride ever made.
So they have a ride called Big Weld's Zeppelins.
That looks lame as fuck.
It looks really lame. Yeah, it's just sort of like a, you know, go in a circle.
It's like a carnival ride.
That sucks.
There's also Rivet Town Roller, which looks
like another go in a circle.
It looks like the same thing.
Yeah, they just reskinned the circle ride. Is that all they have?
Oh my god! Wait, this place also has an ice age. They have an ice age world, so they just have Blue Sky Entertainment.
Yeah,
even it's like a double defunct animation studio, because it was part of 20th Century Animation, which then took it over, and now 20th Century Animation's like axed for Disney. So this is just, man, Malaysia just
they do
hanging out with all this IP from 20 years ago.
They do have Aunt Fanny's confectionary though.
Okay, can we please talk about Aunt Fanny?
Are we? Yeah, I mean,
we need to talk about Aunt Fanny.
Played by Jennifer Coolidge.
This is going to take up the meat of the pod.
Yeah, just clear the paint.
It's taking up my meat.
I need there to be a life-size Aunt Fanny walking around at the Malaysian theme park. I need this.
Yeah,
I want this.
Meet and greet with her.
Yeah. Oh, more than greet.
Hey,
we're meeting and then we're doing other things.
Meet and greet, but spelled MEAT. Aunt Fanny's absolute fucking stone cold fox. She's fine as hell.
She destroys her kitchen every day.
Every day she ruins her whole house with how big her fat juicy ass is. It's
Murders
bigger.
the lamp outside with her farts.
She farts so bad it kills. Yeah,
It kills a sentient lamp.
Well, she's an ally. She's an ally who hides the poor robots from the other robots who will come and scrap them for parts, which is kind of insane. But you know, she's kind of like
she's with
Schindler
it.
in that way. She's hiding all the endangered robots. So you know.
Oh right.
The best part about Aunt Fanny is when Mel Brooks as Big Weld shows up, and Mel Brooks is like, I don't care about any of this. I need to fuck Aunt Fanny. I need to. She's so round.
And she had already
goes feral.
She was horny for him earlier on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was
the hots.
Little Chekhov's gun there.
Chekhov's ass.
She's a size queen.
That ass is roughly 4 to 5 times the size of her body, which brings up a lot of questions about just general physics, I think. But that's okay.
Do it squirt. We have to ask these questions. No one else is going.
Something that happens at Aunt Fanny's house is when they start pouring oil over themselves, which was a really troubling moment in the middle of this movie last night as we were watching it. Because it's just like a lot of this movie is just like, there's music, there's fun, colors, robots and things. And then there's a shot that just like pauses on Robin's robot just pouring oil over himself. And it just holds there. And he's like, what?
So Robin's character is Mr. Epic Sauce in this movie. When we first meet him, I think it's before, if I'm not mistaken, it's before he even gets to like Robot Fuckingville or whatever.
Yeah, it's in like the Grand. Yeah, it's in like the Grand Central Station of Robot Town.
And he
Rivet
seems
Town.
Throughout their entire interaction, he really comes across as a character that you would say goodbye to and not see again in the movie. Like he's just another weirdo. And he somehow just ends up sticking around with Rodney for the entirety of the film. Proves himself to be useful. It's his aunt, right? Aunt Fanny. So he becomes pretty pivotal. Robin's doing a lot. We can't take that away from him. He's not phoning it in. You could argue that some of the other. Let's go over the cast as a whole right now.
Stack cast.
Crazy cast.
It's absolutely insane. Our stars, Ewan McGregor. I think he's genuinely doing a really, really bad job. I think he's not good. He's not good at youthing up his voice. He's not good at doing an American accent. He's debatably good at acting.
Okay.
Okay, back the fuck up now. All right, now you've just gone a step too far.
No, yeah, you're right.
Ewan,
it's so hard to be in the Star Wars prequels. That's a good point.
Big Fish.
Big Fish is
dude. He's incredible in Big Fish. He's incredible in Moulin Rouge, in a movie that kind of doesn't work without him. He's great in
Dr. Sleep. Was he in that?
Dr. Sleep.
He is good in Dr. Sleep. Yes, good.
Didn't watch it.
Birds of Prey. I've heard that he's the best part about that movie.
That sounds great.
I forgot
he's really bad in this movie. He's really, really, really bad. His voice doesn't work. It could have been anyone else. He's the main fucking character.
I thought it was.
He thought it was.
I did not know it was. I thought it was like Zach Braff for some reason, because I know he was pumping him out back in the day, especially that time.
Yeah, Zach Braff is a very 05 kind of guy.
Chicken Little ass.
Yeah.
I think Ewan was, because Train Spotting was what, like late 90s, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So
96.
So then we have Robin, who's like he's sort of just giving Genie, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
which we should say his introduction, there's some good puns, and there are a lot of good puns in this movie, because he shows up and he's like a guy like you show up like off the streets in like New York or LA, and he's like got like the map of the stars. And on his map, I paused it because there was the map of the stars homes included Jeremy Irons. Nice.
Wait,
Orson Welles. Okay. Axl Rose. Brittany Gears. That was topical in 05. Everybody was talking about Brittany Gears. Farrah Fawcett. you get it, like a faucet, Farrah Fawcett, MC Hammer. Drew just completely left the chat. I think that was it. Those were the only ones that I wrote down.
The dog turned off the light. You just had to fix it.
Okay.
Wait, I
yeah,
did go back to Robin. Can we go back to Robin real quick? Just because I think that this is his comeback to voice acting.
To Mr. Epic.
Yeah, as part of the trailer, actually, because I was just watching it because it just kept playing on the IMDb page. But yeah, they're like, Robin is back. And I'm like, this is how he announced it.
I mean, it's Robin because the last few movies that we've done here, Robin is actively fighting against the like, I'm in my dad mode. He's actively just like, I don't want to be a family actor. I want to be a freaking serial killer. I want to be like really like edgy. And it's like, it's not entirely his fault. Sometimes he's doing good in the movies and the writing isn't there. Sometimes he isn't doing so great in these movies. But like, the shoe just was not fitting. And this is the beginning of his final act, which is like, I'm going to be your favorite uncle. I'm going to be the cool, funny uncle, just like kind of around and all these kind of fun classic family films of the 2000s.
Yeah, he kind of reverts back to it. But I mean, yeah, when we did our Aladdin episode, we talked about how he was he felt wronged for the way that movie was marketed because they just kind of plastered his face and the genie all over the marketing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they did do him mega dirty. Like every chance they could, they were like, we're just going to go back on everything. Whatever we say, he asked specifically not to do that. So I think that he did it like twice or something too. I forget what the other thing is like, because then that's why like he like cut ties because they just like kept messing with him essentially.
Right. I mean, he did come back to do another Aladdin. He did Aladdin 3. But he just didn't like Disney that much after that. And he didn't want to do voice acting, especially seeing what voice acting was becoming in the wake of Shrek and all of that, just kind of leaning so hard into the celebrity voice casting. So it's funny that he comes back into a movie that is so entrenched in that future that Aladdin created. Like robots exist, like this celebrity voice casting, throwing in all these big names.
Yeah. So Ewan's parents are Stanley Tucci and Diane Wiest, although she hardly says a fucking word.
Like 2 lines.
He's a sad dishwasher and she's the wife of a sad dish. And he has so many lines where he's like, God, son, this is just my job. And yeah, I hate my life. I wish I could undo it all, but
son, I'm so happy that like I have you in my life. I wouldn't undo anything, but like if I could, I would rather you not be born and I'm living my best life.
You
know how a dad talks to his son.
Halle Berry plays a pretty redundant character named Cappy.
Also, like very few.
Just one thing.
Yeah.
She drives Rodney to Big Weld and like that's it. That's all she does.
That's it. But then
what does she do? What does she do with the company?
Yeah,
exactly.
There.
I thought that Halle Berry plays the sexy robot at Big Welds.
Yeah, that's
Oh. I mean, I don't see, like, I know Aunt Fanny's there. There's never going to be a replacing Aunt Fanny, but I see Halle Berry robot walking around, and I'm like, oh my God, no. Get the fuck out of here, Amanda Bynes robot, okay? Get out of here. I want Halle Berry robot.
So is Amanda playing like a little girl in this?
I guess so.
But also, like...
Lots of questions there.
They're definitely not like little. Like they're definitely have been around on whatever this planet, whatever this world is for like at least a few decades, right? I don't know what age is in this world.
What is age?
Like
Rodney ages.
Well, and also Rodney's getting parts that were like his ancestors. So like how does your sentience compare to like the actual parts that are on your body? It's like the Tom Cruise thing where it's like not Tom Cruise, but it's like the whole thing of like if you get a bunch of like surgery and like get a bunch of implants and things like that in like a future where you have the face of a 25-year-old and the arms of a 32-year-old? Are you even a 65-year-old anymore? Like, it's like the whole science fiction thing. If you replace your entire body with younger pieces, are you still
The ship of
old?
Theseus.
Or are you just, do you imbue the youth of the rest of your body parts?
This is what Hunter was like asking his mom in the movie theater.
Yeah, no. And I was like, Mom, can we go back and see Polar Express again? I heard that's still in theaters.
Mommy, what does
That's
it
the
mean to
second
be
one.
conscious?
I have something very important to bring
Mommy, can you grab me the new Philip K. Dick on the way home?
up, which is that there was a 5-minute computer animated add-on called Aunt Fanny's Tour of Booty.
Hold up. What?
It's unavailable in the US.
That was included on the DVD as a bonus feature.
He's got it here on YouTube.
Someone uploaded it to YouTube. I'm gonna share it on
Oh my God.
on the Zoom call right now.
I know it wasn't available. Like, they did not release it on the US DVD. I think because people got too horned up.
Yeah, Aunt Fanny's unrated tour.
You were just sharing a pre-flight check from Google Photos.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
wrong one.
Yeah, I didn't know if
I'm
this
like,
was
this is
like
not
part of
very
the
sexy.
aesthetic, part of the vibe, or
Hold on.
Flight to Malaysia?
Hold on a second.
Is this schematics for
There we go. There we
his
go. There we go.
family?
Wait, let me let me rewind.
For a life-sized
How to 3 print?
ooh, the juice bar.
Yeah, so we get the toilet in here. Yeah, listeners, just look up robots Aunt Fanny's Tour of Booty, and you'll get to see the beauty that we have
Ooh,
here.
robot tattoo. Okay. I wonder what how that affects like resale of parts.
So it basically all I'm trying
Oh my God, man. They
all
got
I'm
Pimp
trying
My
to-
Ride sticker on the booty.
all I'm trying to say is that we need more Aunt Fanny in our lives, and there's 5 entire whole minutes on YouTube.
She keeps people in like her ass a lot.
Look at the comments. The top comment is basically this short is about how one woman's thickness causes pain and suffering for all those around her. Ain't
Yes,
that
queen.
weird?
Facts.
She does if it wasn't clear earlier, she does commit a murder with her fart.
Yeah, that's fine.
This movie
The
must have awakened
chalk
so many things in
outline the
people.
next morning is great. That's really good. The quite literal chalk outline around the deceased light pole.
So let me keep going through the cast. 'Cause
Oh my God, this
it's
fucking
so
cast.
it's so weirdly deep. So Mel Brooks plays the epic big weld who like built this world and like taught all the robots that it's okay to be poor. Jim Broadbent's in here.
Yeah, Jim Broadbent giving the best performance of the entire film as Madame Gasket.
Yeah, he's kind of slaying. Drew Carey is the voice of Crank. Could have given me a few guesses on who that was. Wouldn't have gotten it. Harlan Williams. Paul Giamatti plays the mean gate guard.
That's the best part.
Yeah, he kind
He
of
crushed it.
he goes off. Natasha Lyonne, young Natasha Lyonne, is Loretta Gear Grinder. They're fucking.
You haven't even gotten to the best one.
There are 2 best ones left. One is Terry Bradshaw, former NFL quarterback, current dementia sufferer, live on Fox every Sunday. Playing
Just as a
Broken
bit
Arm
part.
Bot. Yeah, Broken Arm Bot. Al Roker playing Mailbox.
Nice.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
You're missing the
fucking
best one.
mailbox. Why
There are
why
so
is the
many more.
mailbox- Why is the mailbox a robot?
Shut up.
I don't
up.
understand. It's a
It's a mailbox.
it's just a box.
What is so it's entire but thinking about this in the same logic of like, oh, my dad's a dishwasher. It's just like, yeah, my dad's a mailbox. He just stands there all day and just waits for mail and gets so excited when mail comes by.
I don't get it.
Steven
Being a doorman,
Tobolowsky, character
Yeah,
Tobolowsky.
is in
fucking
here.
Tobolowsky.
Damian Fahey, writer and producer of Family Guy, is in this.
Bro, Paula Abdul
Earl
as one of
Jones.
the watches.
I'm getting
Paula
there.
Abdul.
That's the one, babe.
Fucking Paula. Hey, how about Jay Leno as Fire Hydrant?
No,
Yeah.
Who
Paula-
says
What?
don't
Paula
think about
Abdul
peeing on me?
as the watch made me ascend into heaven when I saw that. I could not believe it.
Why did she do that? Why did she do that?
Well,
Some sort of
it's not
embezzling
just Paula
going
Abdul.
on.
You know,
Yeah.
Randy Jackson is the other wristwatch.
Oh, okay. So this must have been some kind of American Idol.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And Simon was like, absolutely the fuck not. I will not be in your animated film. I'm saving myself for Scoob,
He's in
circa
Scoob?
20.
Oh, you mean Shrek? He's in Shrek.
No, he's in
too.
he's in the
Oh,
film
he-
Scoob. He also is in Shrek too. Yeah,
He
you're
is
right.
definitely in Shrek too. Yeah.
So you
He's
weren't
in that DVD.
Randy
menu.
Jackson is watch number 2, voice uncredited.
Far, far away idol.
James Brown is Diesel in Archive. Oh yeah, because they play like I Feel Good or something. Chingy, of course, all over them. His mark is all over this movie.
That dated is so hard as soon as that Chingy
Yeah.
song came out.
05. it's so.
Let's talk about the music.
Music is
songs
crazy.
are really bad.
So it's not just what interests me is the variety of types of music that they use in this movie, because there are a couple of like full-blown musical numbers with dance sequences and the whole lot. There's also like a very normal movie score that especially kicks in the back half of it. It's like very, like an adventurous, dramatic movie score. And then like, I think 2 Chingy songs. And then there is a montage with what I think is an original.
Wait, there's
song.
another one. I know there's Right There plays.
So then there's a montage with what it seems like it's an original song that is like pop punky. Do you remember that, Ernie? That was maybe the worst song I've ever heard in my life.
The shine bright like it's something in the you can shine bright.
And then they do Singing in the Oil.
I'm singing in the oil.
It was giving Babylon, okay? Like I was here for it.
And then in the middle of the climactic fight sequence of the movie, Robin Williams busts into Hit Me Baby One More Time.
They did not rope Robin Williams into that one. That is
He
just
does
animated
sway his little
They
booty
just
as
played-
he's
yeah.
hitting them.
Yeah, you're right. His character is like leading it, but like they just play the song.
I would have loved for Robin to have done that,
Yeah.
but
No.
you do not hear him.
They also don't even play the song. They play 7 seconds of the song. So they just hear the "Oh baby, baby, hit me, baby, one more time,"
Yeah.
and then cut back to the Avengers Endgame portal opening up of more robots appearing.
That was
the
very
final
cool.
act. of
Ernie
this.
brought up Avengers as well.
They did Avengers.
It's literally
10 years
the like
before.
on your left of just like all of like the neighborhood robots showing up, and you're like, oh, there's the guy with the doohickey on his neck. He came by to help.
I did
Just
just
Terry
share,
Bradshaw.
I
Terry
shared a
Bradshaw.
photo of Robin Williams at the red carpet of robots in the Zoom chat.
Let's
I'll
go.
post this on the Twitter.
This is cool.
He does look
So-
very robotic.
I do want to ask, do we
Oh.
think that this is when the drug addiction comes back?
That's a great question.
Does it come back
Um,
because of this?
The sunglasses are
that's what I'm
saying
asking.
yes.
I heard that I have heard that Jennifer Coolidge had the best blow in Hollywood in 05. So
Oh my god, I'm sure. No, this has been brought up. I guess this was kind of brought up with fucking Death to Smoochie a little bit. I mean, I don't know.
What is
who are we
Bird?
kidding? The drugs were definitely back in Death to Smoochie.
Oh, they'll say that one for sure.
I don't know. I'd like to assume that Robin, we don't know for sure if drugs ever really did come back. That's just been theorized. But it's safe to assume that at some point they do. I don't know. It's just not, he didn't die of a drug overdose. He hung himself. Like he wasn't a drug addict at that point, So
you hope.
we don't know if they ever did come back. That's just what people theorize.
And it's because of choices like this one.
Right. Exactly.
No, this is just like a fucking dump truck of money choice. Like this is the easiest choice of all time.
You are right. That like Ewan is kind of the thing is that Ewan's just not a good voice actor. Voice actors, you have to be cartoonish,
same.
and Robin he's good at being cartoonish. He does the Robin things. He does lots of voices. A lot of A lot of Spanish voices in this
Yeah,
one.
that was one of your notes, Drew.
Primarily Spanish, Hispanic speaking voices, which it's like, all right, Robin, we're going a little bit there, but I love. We're going to talk about it whenever we talk about the Robinism, but as the Count showing up is like the most Robin that Robin has been in the last one of these several movies.
He has some fun moments. I mean, really, the movie gets like genuinely kind of funny when we're like meeting his whole weird ass family,
right?
And their dynamics. Like
there's too many of them.
There are too many characters in this movie.
Yeah.
But when they wake up the morning after staying with Aunt Fanny, and Rodney comes downstairs and he's like, "So what are you guys doing today?" And Robin's like, "We're doing it."
Well, but
we're broke.
Pouring oil
on.
They're all pouring oil on themselves. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
That shot just holds on them, and they're pouring oil.
They're like mad weird.
We're doing it.
Weird vibe family.
That was the most.
I mean, when you don't really got it like that, you got to hide out from the street sweepers that are going to sell you for parts.
Yeah.
When you can just chill at home and just.
When you can just pull a lever
chill.
and just like end up in your sister's room,
that was insane.
It gets weird.
What a horrible design for a house. You have to cycle through other people's rooms, and the whole wall is just completely open. Terrible. It's like those like billionaire mindset houses that have like no toilet.
So this
it's like the Russell Wilson house that has like 12 bathrooms and 2 bedrooms, and you're like, wait, what? How does the math add up on this thing?
So aesthetically and like logistically, this is a very steampunk world,
right?
That they're living in. Like
no digital.
There's so much. Yeah, there's so much mechanical technology, and it doesn't.
Oh yeah,
digital. They travel via airship a lot. Like it's full on. You know what I mean?
Just like what they thought the future would be in the 50s. It's like all 50s because it's like the diner in the beginning is like, your classic 50s diner in the way all of them are styled, especially the houses and everything. It's just like fucking Tomorrowland at Disney World. Where they thought the future would look like that back in the 60s or whatever.
This movie walks so BioShock could soar.
I mean, I just have a lot of questions about how this world would change if you did introduce some type of digital interconnection. Like the fact that they have a mailbox, that they have to put physical mail into a mailbox, and that they're not all interconnected.
It's because it's not electricity,
bro.
It's pre-electric. That's the whole thing with steampunk.
I'm about to pull up ChatGPT right now, and I'm going to ask it to
they got diners
to rewrite robots.
Rewrite robots, but with electricity.
Write me a feature-length script featuring Ewan McGregor, Robin Williams, Halle Berry, Terry Bradshaw, Paula Abdul.
Sorry, son, I was just born to be a dishwasher.
You really got to warm up ChatGPT because it's not like the robots in this movie where they're also, well, some of them are happy. A lot of them are worn down by the weight of their capitalist expectations.
And speaking back to the capitalist, what did you guys think of Greg Kinnear in this? Evil Greg Kinnear as Ratchet.
We thought Greg Kinnear was Tucci for like half the movie.
Why are Tucci and Kinnear not flipped?
Yeah, it should be flipped. Because
Kinnear
wasn't doing much for me. I was like, this is kind of a nothing character.
Well, the problem with him is that like then he like has like half of a redemption arc where it's like actually he's not the big bad, his mom is the big bad. But then like you don't really mom like I think that his mom is like too scary for kids to like look at, so they're like, we can't have her be in too much of this movie. We have to just have like shiny and chrome Ratchet out here to be the face of evil and capitalism. But then he's like also just like, I don't know, kind of a little bitch boy who actually doesn't have any opinions of his own. It's a weird evil like big bad for this movie.
Well, there's some things that are just not clear with what's happening with that, because they're picking up all the scraps from the streets and then they're just destroying them, Is that what's happening?
No, I think they're like smelting them down to then
Into the
reuse them
upgraded.
in. But that does bring a
Mhm.
question where, like, if your parts have like a sentient body, like, yeah, you're dying in this life, but then you go on to be somebody else's upgrade. So, like, do you still have sentience then?
I don't
No,
know.
because the thing is the parts that don't. It's just like your actual head that matters. Everything else.
So
is
it's
just
only your head.
essentially
Yes.
accessories.
That's
yeah,
exactly
everything
right.
else is accessories.
Yeah, because like there is you get like a base like baby kit when you
Yeah,
decide.
you got like there's
Yeah.
your frame, and then there's the attachments to the frame, essentially.
Mhm.
Like a
Could you like
Gundam.
pawn off body parts to upgrade other ones? Like, could you like
Yes.
mod yourself out? Is this
I'm
what
sure in
Crimes
the
of the Future is
scummier parts
about?
of the city, it gets kind of.
This is Crimes of the Future,
but I
right?
mean-
Was Cronenberg inspired by the film Robots?
Mhm.
So I just
Body
asked,
mods.
I just asked ChatGPT to rewrite robots, but introduce a digital artificial intelligence into the story. And
Okay.
of fucking course, it's the hero of the story. Awful.
Wow.
Trash.
Oh, the artificial
bias there, I
sentient.
think.
This
GPT is the hero.
To help him on his quest, Rodney Copperbottom creates a digital artificial intelligence
Oh.
named AI who can think and learn like a human, but is housed within a computer. AI becomes
Also played by Robin Williams.
Well, actually, should have mentioned earlier, Robin actually did come back to voice acting briefly in AI as
Mhm. Oh, yeah, you're
yeah.
right.
the
Dr. No.
Dr.
Dr.
No.
No. Yeah.
In the one scene cameo.
Great scene.
Yeah. AI becomes Rodney's loyal companion, offering him advice and assistance as he teams up with a group of misfit robots, blah, 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 blah. AI proves to be a valuable asset using its knowledge and advanced computational abilities. Give me a fucking break to analyze data and strategize against ratchet plans. So the movie becomes even worse, where half the movie is just Rodney like typing on a computer, like, oh, excuse me, can you help me fight these robots? I'm too stupid. I need you.
I asked ChatGPT to give me a list of 15 completely random celebrities who might show up in an animated movie about robots.
Oh man, what do we got?
Let's
This
go.
list is way more believable than the actual cast of robots. It's just like it's The Rock, Zendaya,
Yeah.
Mark Hamill, Bill Hader, Emma Stone,
Bill. Get
Keanu,
that money.
LeBron James, Tom Hiddleston, Ariana Grande, John Boyega, Beyonce, Ryan Reynolds, Aquafina, Serena Williams, and Will.i.am.
That is
Zendaya
Will.i.am
is
is
Piper.
Fender. Zendaya is Michi.
that hurts my brain.
Aquafina is watch number 2.
Hold on, I have to read the last sentence of this prompt of this thing that this fucking garbage AI wrote. Through it all, AI and Rodney's friendship grows stronger as they work together to save the world of robots from Ratchet's tyranny and ensure that innovation and creativity continue to flourish in their digital society. What a bunch of horseshit.
I'm gonna tell.
Burn it all down.
I'm write a harsh but fair review of 2005's Robots.
There were a couple other things I wanted to bring up about this, including our guy Roger Ebert. Speaking of review,
Yeah, big fan.
he gave it 3.5 stars out of 4 and said that this movie is a joy to behold entirely apart from what it is about. It looks happy, and more to the point, it looks harmonious.
Wow, Roger.
I mean, this is like an 05. What they're doing with the animation is pretty it's different than like what is happening in the Disney side of things. And there's also this whole going back in 05, people are like really getting hard out on Disney. You gotta think this is like right, I think this is a year
Chicken
after Brother
Little.
Bear comes out.
Yeah.
Chicken Little, like this is the dark age of Disney where people are like, fuck Disney, we want anything else but Disney.
We want
And so people went, actually, you know what, I want to see what one was this nominated for animated feature that year.
God, I hope not.
I don't think so.
No, because well, this is back in the day. Animated feature wasn't 5 films. It was only like based on like the number that like the actual, they would go to the animation voting body and say like, what was your favorite, and whatever got over a certain threshold would be eligible as a nominee to vote on. Oh no, this is the year that Wallace and Gromit won best animated
Banger.
feature. Straight banger.
It did
Robots
win the
was
MTV
not nominated.
It did win the MTV Movie Award for favorite song.
Best ass.
Oh my God!
It was got a great ass award.
Hold on a second. It was the Mexican MTV Movie Awards for the
We got taste. We got
dub
taste.
song "Un Héroe Real" by Alex Sintek.
Let's go.
Yeah, hell yeah, good for them.
I wonder which song that's like the dub of. Is it the pop punk song?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Probably.
What if it fucking smacks? Like, what if we listen to it? We're like, holy shit.
Ray, have you ever heard "Un Héroe Real" by Alex Sintek?
Maybe in the background at a party, but I wouldn't know it. You know.
No, from the
You're-
robots.
You're okay.
You're
Pop-
going to some
restaurant.
cool ass parties, Ray.
Yeah, man. You know, at the club they might have played it, but I wouldn't know it by name.
All right. What else do we want to say about robots before we get to the categories? Do you want to read your ChatGPT review? Is it really long?
Yeah, it sounds like if there like a 14-year-old was on Letterbox trying to like act impressive. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because he told us.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like overall, like it's impressively animated. However, just fucking bitch ass robot.
Okay. So categories. All right, Ray. So I don't know if you've heard any of our Robin reviews, but it's pretty much the same thing we did with Cage, where we have
Yeah.
little superlatives for the movie. So first up, what is the best Robinism? The best Robin Williams bit in the movie.
Bit.
it's
The-
the
the
one
thing-
bit.
The thing that Robin does in this movie that only Robin could do.
I mean, he's doing Robin the whole time.
I mean, yeah, just his like. It's mainly the little when he does like the little like soft, deep voice whispers, and especially when he's like doing them in like little accents, you know, like when he does like the little anime eyes bit when he's doing the. Oh, I used
He
to
does
be,
the anime eyes,
I used to
great.
be Bender, but when I came to the country, I changed my name to Fender. When he does that
That's a
in
good one.
accent. Like all those little bits, even when he's like introducing Rodney as like that Spanish conquistador king or whatever, he's like, "Where are the trumpets?" All that shit is still funny. Like it's like I was, paying attention to it while I was watching it, kind of, but like anytime he was talking, I was like, eyes right on the screen because I was like, he's trying, like he's like everything else is background noise, but when he was like on it, all those little voices, it's not like overdone. It's not like I'm just hearing the genie. It's like he's actually trying to be this weird robot guy.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying like we're back, baby. Robin's back.
Mhm.
It just right away when he entered, I was like, all right, here we go. We've been waiting for it. We needed this level of Robin again.
Mm-hmm. He needs to play a guy whose like body parts are falling off the whole
Right.
movie.
I really like Singing in the Oil.
Singing the Oil is great.
I'm gonna go with that because I did not remember that at all, and it was great. I loved it.
I said mine earlier, but mine's the conquistador bit. It's whenever he's showing up, he's just like, and he's slapping them, just getting fucking slapped by robot Russworth, Rodney Copperbottom. I don't know what these fucking people's names are. I don't know. Like the whole conquistador bit is just that's all good. That I'm a fan of all that.
All right, what's the best moment in the whole movie?
In the whole movie,
Yeah,
Arrival to Rivet City.
what the ball?
The whole pinball,
Yeah.
whole five. It's good because they literally do the same bit in the third act. They're like, let's go back to just like being a little pinball and just like
now with
rolling
Mel
around.
Brooks.
And
Now Mel Brooks
honestly,
is the ball.
Mel Brooks is the pinball. It's kind of like it has the same kind of chaotic energy of like the first time that you watch Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and they're like, oh, watch out, whenever you're walking through the hallways, the the stairs will change sometimes. And it's like, what? How do you get to anywhere then? Oh, the stairs are just going to change on me?
And
What
it's
does
an
this
abyss.
mean?
It's an endless abyss if you fall.
And this is the same kind of thing where you're just like, oh, I'm just living my little pinball life. Oh, sweet, a hammer just came and knocked me to the other side of town. I guess I'm just over here now. It makes no sense, and it's great to watch. It's great filmmaking.
How fucked up is it that like Big Weld has been alive this whole time, just living in like a domino
Just playing
world,
dominoes.
living in a land of billions of dominoes.
And Ratchet sees me, is like, did you run out of dominoes? I can send you more dominoes. I'll give you more.
Man, hyper focused.
My man's on the spectrum for real.
Listen, you just give somebody. I'm the same way. You give me a couple Addies, and I'm just like, I can focus on anything.
Is that your pick? Dominoes? That was a great scene.
No, I mean for me, it's when Big Weld and Aunt Fanny finally link up.
Ooh, baby.
It's what's not on camera is your favorite part of the movie.
When Rodney asked him, I forget what he asked him, but then Big Weld like mishears him or whatever. He's like, oh, I'm a big guy, I'm just into like, and then it gets cut off or whatever. I was like, yo, that shit is hilarious. Like that is such a good fucking like sneak in joke right there. I was like,
it's so good.
Me. That they actually had to cut it because Mel Brooks was just in the booth.
Oh yeah, no.
All right. Mel Brooks is like looking across the Jennifer Coolidge across the way and is like, aha, all right.
Yeah. Is that your pick, Ray? What's your pick for best moment?
It's kind of corny, but it's the part where they're just like fixing up all the robots, and it's just a bunch of little bits essentially, like where they're playing like Operation on the one guy.
That's a good one. Yeah,
that montage,
like,
that whole montage.
Clap to turn on the whole little montage of people getting fixed up, because it's just like a lot of. I mean, yeah, it's a montage, so there's like no talking, but it's just like the comedy in it is actually like. It's a little stupid, but it works. Like all of it is just like silly, kids are gonna love it, but I'm like, it's still like funny. It's like really like watching like a Looney Tunes kind of cartoon where it's just like stupid little silly shit is still gonna make me laugh.
No,
it's the kind of comedy that transcends age, where like you can laugh at it as a kid for some reason and laugh at it as an adult for other reasons because you pick up. It's the same reason why like I really like the intro of this of like How to Make a Baby, where it's like all of like the one-liners in it are for adults, but like the actual like comedy of seeing like a little tiny robot with a big ass chest and then like, oh, he got the girl parts from his like older cousin, but it's a girl, like things like that. It works for all ages.
Remember, Robin does get the parts of a lady robot, and he does have to make a very problematic comment about it.
Yeah. Let's not
it was gonna be more of that kind of stuff.
2005.
In the beginning, when he's like wearing the girl parts, I'm like, oh, are they gonna? I was like prepping myself for it. I'm like, here it comes. But there was only that little one remark way later. I was like, all right, good 2005 movie.
We're
all things considered. Yeah.
We went to the edge, we peered over, and then we walked back.
You get one.
Yeah.
The montage is good. I feel that way about a lot of this movie where there is this cornball aspect to it, and for the most part it works. It doesn't really get too grating. There are some scenes where it's just a little bit insufferable, where it's just like what it's going for is not quite clicking. But I think the montage is a good example of when it is, because that's a moment where like everything the movie is going for is just kind of gelling really well, where it is nailing that social commentary, and it's doing its little fucking stupid song for kids and funny robot jokes and stuff. Like every aspect of it is kind of all clicking well in that scene. So I like that pick. I'm gonna have to go with Aunt Fanny though. It's Aunt Fanny all the way. It's meeting Aunt Fanny.
Everything Aunt Fanny does.
It's yeah.
Come on,
it's her knocking around things in the kitchen, farting up a storm, murdering the lamp. That entire sequence,
carrying some MFs around in her asshole.
She fully does.
I want to be in that. I want to be in that when she farts.
Ride around.
Like, dump truck trunk.
Imagine the odor.
I want her to Dutch oven me in there. In her butthole.
Okay. Next category is what would you do, fellas, WYD.
What is our entry point into this
So you're a
world? If
robot.
I'm a human, I enter this world, I'm killing myself.
Yep. I think that's
So you're a watch on someone's wrist. You can't escape. You pray for sweet release.
your two closest friends are judges on American Idol. I don't know. What's the WYD here? I guess we're Rodney. Our dad is like a bitch ass dishwasher cuck. And
He finally got his dream being a musician. He sucks. He's like not
That
good
was
at
so
it.
funny.
I know
He's just like
That was so
busting out in
good.
like fucking like freeform jazz that then becomes a pop song that we can play on the radio for children.
I was really hoping that it would end with him just being really bad and like not turning into a song.
Man, I was hoping for that so bad.
It'd be so
This would
funny.
just be awful.
Everyone has to dance. You have to bore the children for an hour with like Communist Manifesto commentary that they don't give a shit about, and then it's like dance party.
Then
Come on, kids.
Yeah, then give him the
It was all worth it.
So what am I doing if I'm Rodney and I go to Robot World, and like at what point is it WYD?
Well, so you get on the train.
Yep.
You don't get off at Robot City. You keep going. You follow the train all the way to the end where all the trains live.
Mm-hmm.
So the trains are there living in their train city.
Yeah.
And that's where you get off the train and you live with the trains.
How do the trains like to? I guess
Is this where robots and cars, those two universes collide into one
Exactly.
thing?
You just
Okay.
ride the
All right.
train all the way into cars and then you just walk into the ocean and your parts stop working.
You mean
Well,
the
it's a big oil
you mean
puddle.
the ocean?
Oh man.
I don't know. Yeah, there's no WYD here.
You're
Well-
Amanda Bynes. You're
Okay, yeah, no.
after
So
this
Amanda
boy.
Bynes kind of gets cucked in this movie. Like she's almost set up as the love interest at a certain point. Like wherever you first see her in this movie, it's like, oh, she like sees Rodney is like, oh, you're kind of cute, which is so funny because it's like, what is cute in this world?
He's
I
like
have
the
no bearing.
ugliest fucking. There's nothing interesting.
Drew, you
about
are right
He's
that
blue.
like maybe
He's light blue.
they
That's
are-
why.
Right.
they aren't
yeah.
anthropomorphic enough where I'm just like, are they cute? I don't know what's cute in this world and what's ugly,
Aunt
but
Fanny.
I
Aunt Fanny cute.
yeah, poor Amanda Bynes, just it doesn't work out for her. We didn't even talk about the Wonder Bot, the thing that he creates. What is
Yeah.
that?
It's
So
It's
what?
supposed to be a dishwasher.
generally unclear. It really folds under the pressure of being expected to do anything at all.
Right.
So that's like not a good
Horrible slave.
design.
Horrible
So-
slave.
I
Yeah.
think that if you, this is like I don't want to like get on like my giveaway free tips for my master class or anything like that for inventors, but like I think that's a bad idea to give your household appliances sentience. That's just like my general thing is if we're gonna have this thing complete a task for us, we shouldn't give it sentience because that's whenever it becomes slavery.
But
So if you
always
just
I
make
don't-
it simply not,
I don't
have
think you
that.
can make a machine in this world without making it sentient.
no, the dishwasher on his dad's
Yeah, their God is
stomach
cruel.
isn't alive.
Yeah, but that's a body part.
So
He is
why?
the dishwasher?
Shut
Okay, then like why can't you just have like an attachment to your hands that sorts thing like Edward Scissorhands style? I don't know, man.
I would hate to be in the theater with this fucking guy.
I'm like, I don't like the realism of this world. Is Blue Velvet playing next door?
Jen's like shedding a single tear, enjoying the movie so hard next to you.
She's a huge Rodney Copperbottom fan.
Yeah. My mom was just like, fuck if I had an ass like Aunt Fanny. Damn it.
Also,
Matthew wouldn't have left.
Rodney's bottom, not copper. Doesn't look like it's copper.
No, it's like a satin.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's it's like being your last name is Smith, but you're not a Smith,
Right.
Like your grandpa was or whatever.
Ray
Steel
WY.
Valor.
Who's your POV? character?
The worst category of all time for this movie.
Wait, who's my POV character?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you
what would
find your
like,
POV.
You
Oh.
have to insert yourself into some character
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
one of the movie and
Oh, okay.
genuinely try to figure out
what
what
would-
you would do.
dude, I'd be Robin. I'd be Fender, just fucking chilling, just dripping oil on myself all day, getting into some hijinks, try to scam some new like small town kid who came into town. Like that's
So
the
when
move,
you're
you know?
when you're going at someone with a screwdriver to take off their feet,
Their feet, essentially.
what's going on there? Are you like removing their body
When
part?
you're jumping, yeah,
I need new feet. I need new feet. I don't know how to job. I don't know how
it's
jobs
not-
work in this place,
it's-
essentially.
It's not like grabbing someone's shoes. It's like you're severing their limb from their body.
it's like whenever you like get jumped in an alley and you get your kidney stolen. It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, just a
We've
basic
all been
concept.
there.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. What if you guys were in that boardroom with like Ratchet just being like, fuck the pores. We're just going
one of the
to
big
not
round
sell
boys.
anything. Yeah, we're like one of them, and like you're the guy who like speaks and you're like, actually, I kind of miss Cogsworth. I kind of miss the old guy.
You would get fucking killed. You would get repurposed.
So you become a corporate drone at that point. You just go on with your day, with your daily life, and just like, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna be shiny and chrome now.
All right, next category.
movie.
What happens the day after? So they have a big party. The guys
Can I may I make a prediction right now? Rodney Copperbaum is gonna be an awful CEO. Like he's gonna be terrible at the job.
He is now
He's-
running the company.
What the fuck? It's the Willy Wonka thing where it's like, and congratulations, kid, you own the chocolate shop. It's like, all right, do you know anything about like running a business?
And I'm
Like,
gonna go back to my dominoes.
I know he's vibing out
What?
so hard on the dominoes.
Hey, you take care of everything.
He's like, I've got some.
We've all been
you.
stemming before, but like Jesus Christ, my guy, like I just need you to calm it down for a bit and like teach me some tricks of the trade first.
No, he'll dip out right away and be like, all right, me and Aunt Fanny, we got things to do.
Right.
I've been with my dominoes too long.
Mhm.
You're taking over. I gotta
Rodney-
go.
Yeah, Rodney, please fix the world.
And that's my new actual POV. I'm actually him now.
Yeah, you
think-
just want to be
I think
get up
the
in that fanny.
best case scenario, like Piper gets in his ear and is like, we need to unionize. Like we need to give the power to the labor force. And Rodney's like, all right.
Well, he already does. He's like a fixer. He likes fixing these MFs. So they love him.
He's a small town boy.
He's a man of the people.
He's a fucking dumbass.
This is
on.
becoming Bernie Sanders America
Uh-huh.
out here.
That's scary.
Even though he has like the vibe of like Pete Buttigieg.
All right.
He's like, no, I'm gonna charge you guys after I fix you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have to pay our
Do you
fair
think?
share.
What do you think that
sure.
Rodney
Rodney sentient?
Copperbottom's stance would be on the song "High Hopes" by Panic at the Disco? Do you think he would have a coordinated dance for that, or what?
That song would fit in so hard to this movie.
It really would. As they're going down their little pinball machine, just like Mama said.
Next category. Good Robin or bad Robin?
I think Robin is good.
Robin's
One of the
very
best
good.
parts of the movie, I'd say.
And he's going hard. It's tough just because compared to Genie, it's not as good because Genie is like is just like peak, and this is a similar character, but that's not fair to
Yeah, it's
Robin.
next level. No.
It's not fair.
And then a lot of people on this are like so bad. Like, all right, again, going back to the cast, like these are people who do good in like other movies who have done good, and deserve to, well, not to get paid as much as they do, but deserve to get paid well for what they do. But like Halle Berry, horrible and
Nothing.
like I know they didn't give her much. They didn't give any of the
it's
female
not her
characters
fault.
other than Aunt Fanny anything to say or like literally do,
Yeah,
except for like one thing
skill test
each.
is like
They gave
But
Aunt
even
Fanny a little
still, what I'm saying, like her, yeah, it's pretty much it. But like everybody else, like Amanda Bynes, nothing. His mom, does she work?
Diane Weiss.
Does she like? Are they just
she
poor? Why
literally-
is she a stay-at-home mom? If she's,
That's good.
like, and then
The
Halle
dishwasher.
Berry's character does nothing. She just like gets hit on by what's his face, the douchebag, and then she gets hit on by Rodney, and then she takes Rodney to go meet Big Weld, and then just dips out, and then they like meet at the end of the movie.
What if
Like,
Mrs. Copperbottom is like a bank vice president, like a banking executive?
She's
And
actually
she's,
like
carrying the family on her fucking back. Whoa.
no, I had that thought. I wrote that down for at the very end of the movie, and it's a movie thing. It's not just that where there's always like the point at the end of these movies where like the protagonist goes to one parent and is just like, Dad, this is all thanks to you. I would have never got here without you. And also you too, Mom. But like mostly you, Dad. And it's like, damn, eat shit, Mom, I guess. Like your mom's out here, like she basically was the figure who raised you. Because I'm assuming on a dishwasher wage, your dad probably wasn't around much growing up, but
just washing dishes all night.
just washing
how
fucking
would that mean
dishes.
boss he has?
Yeah,
That
exactly.
fucking
A
boss.
little
I mean,
gruff,
he's just
like
trying to
Italian dude or whatever.
he's just trying to run a business. All right. He's just
Why does he have goons?
We've all
Though?
been
He
there.
had 2 goons.
yeah, he's got
I had a couple of questions about that,
Okay.
but I was like, you know what?
Ray, when's the last time that you went to a Waffle House? And tell me that you didn't see 2 goons standing by the owner. Okay.
I expect that at a
happens.
Waffle House, though. At
Yeah.
a 50s Robo Diner, I got questions.
At fucking Johnny Rockets.
Also, what are they washing off of the dishes? What is
That's
on
also what I want
dish?
to know.
What are they?
It's
Are they
the food because they eat
It's metal
nuts and bolts.
shavings.
It's oily food. They put Dawn on it to clean it. You know, just like we do. We're the same.
Are the plates sentient?
Why do they eat? I get drinking your oil, fine. That's fine, cool. Lubricate all your parts, that's fine. Why are you just eating more metal? And then you have to like buy metal to repair yourself. Just stop eating the metal and use it to repair yourself. I
Your
don't
fingers.
understand. I don't get it.
Being unimaginative.
I'm scared thinking about this world.
So, like all great movies, this movie has 5 different writers.
It's basically like Tar.
Wait, did you see? Did you see the thing in Wikipedia?
What?
Apparently, they pitched a different movie. Wait, I gotta read this.
What?
Before you go into the writers, because this
was the movie they pitched Aunt Fanny's Tour of Booty, and they were like, we can't make an entire movie out of this.
So Chris Wedge, who is credited as the director of this movie, also has writing credit too.
No,
he doesn't. Okay, so him and this guy named William Joyce. Does he have writing credit?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. So they pitched an adaptation of a book that Joyce had written called Santa Calls. And they did an animation test in 2000 that failed, and then they decided to instead do a movie about robots.
Wow.
No, they saw Polar Express come out and they're like, we can't follow that up.
In fact,
Scrap it.
So
And then
what's
you said scrap it? Wait.
Wait a second. So there's no way that this is true. I need to look at the sourcing of this right now. No, there's literally, according to comicbook.com, fans in light of the Snyder Cut have been clamoring for the director's cut of Robots.
I saw that. It's at the bottom.
And I want to blast myself into the sun if possible.
what? So hold on. Let me talk about these writers because 3 of them have really brutal credits, but 2 of them is a writing duo.
Yeah, it's screenplay by and story by.
Yeah, well, and the story by is tough, but 2 of the screenplay writers are a writing duo named Lowell Ganz and Babaloo Mandel. Great names, both of them. Their resume is incredible together. They wrote A League of Their Own.
Oh, nice.
Splash, Parenthood, City Slickers, Fever Pitch with
my
Jimmy
God.
Fallon, Spies Like Us, Ed TV, Multiplicity, Night Shift.
There's a big one, a movie that we've talked about before on this podcast. They were at the screenplay for Father's Day.
Let's go.
These are the Gen X bangers because these are movies that I've seen around but not watched.
and Zillennial canon movie, The Tooth Fairy with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That is very Zillennium.
Oh, classic.
So they
don't make them like that anymore.
They have
and
a resume.
But what about the story by David Lindsay-Abaire?
Mm-hmm.
Guy who wrote the book Shrek the Musical. Guy who wrote the screenplay for Poltergeist. No, not that one. Guy who wrote screenplay for Oz, the Great and Powerful. No, not that Oz either.
He wrote Rise of the Guardians and not even the Owls of Ga'Hoole.
Man,
SM
that's tough.
SMDH.
A tough one for our guy Dave.
So yeah, overall, glad we watched this movie. It is interesting. I want to visit the theme park. It's not the best Robin.
They're like $35.
We never rated the Robin-ness, did we? So let's do that really quick while Ernest is
How many
in my bathroom.
How many Robins out of 10? So this isn't how good it is, it's how Robin is it. And this is the first time in a while that like we've actually had something where it's Robin, where it by how Robin is it, it's both like the zaniness and the warmth, the two things that Robin Williams is known for. So this is like, it's higher because the hit rate of it is like pretty zany. Whenever he's going zany, he's going for it.
I think it's a 9. He's crazy.
Pretty high. Yeah,
he's crazy.
He's pretty crazy.
Ernie?
Robin scale?
Yeah, of course.
9 is a little high.
I'd give it like a 7.5 to an 8.
I think 8.
There's some seriousness in there. There's some low key parts. Like Genie is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Genie is like, he has the warmth, but also like he's constantly doing bits, firing them off.
I think that everything he's doing in this movie, he's done it better elsewhere.
I mean, that's true, but he's upping the intensity to almost
I know. I mean, when you
scale.
compare it to fucking Insomnia, then it's like a 12.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe through these last couple movies
against it. What else?
Recaging Couch. Where is Nicolas Cage in this movie?
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, where isn't Nicolas Cage?
I know. He goes in so many spots.
You got to make him the big bad, right?
Yeah.
I want him.
That'd be way better.
Come on, Nick Cage, put him in there. Here's the thing: put Nick Cage in there as the big bad, and put him in there as the mom. Put him in there as the Jim Broadbent character.
Yeah.
Of like him going nodes, but like him reprising his G-Force character, but as the mother of Greg Kinnear's ass in this movie.
I think he would make a great broken arm bot.
Yeah.
No, but you can't lose Terry Bradshaw though. He adds so much to the film.
And I mean, the rest of the cast, just read off that Chat GPT list again. That was gold.
The Rock, Zendaya, fucking Awkwafina, LeBron James.
I don't want LeBron or The Rock as Rodney Copperbottom.
No. Rodney Copperbottom. And
let's make him like fucking Timothy Chalamet or something.
No, I'd rather go for someone in 05. Like
in 05.
Elijah Wood.
Like Steve Carell, maybe.
Oh, he would have been really good, actually. Elijah Wood would have crushed.
I like
Elijah Wood. I think you need somebody boyish. Steve Carell's too old in 05. I want somebody who's like a little boy.
Give me your best little boy you got.
Give me a little boy.
The nicest voice.
Let's do top 5 little boys right now.
Josh Hutcherson is good.
Josh Hutcherson.
That's good.
Slay.
I don't know. You gotta focus on voice. That's the thing. Like, who has like a good
Haley Joel Osment?
That's a great voice.
If we're looking for just a boy, well, Haley Joel Osment's like, well, no, in 05 he's a little bit older, so you could do it because you need like
a phone it in.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor sounded like a man. Like
I need somebody who's a little bit younger than that, but not like too much of a boy because he's got to be like off going on his own.
You know what Josh Hutcherson was doing in 2005?
Not quite RV.
So I was trying to think. RV's what?
RV comes after this. We're doing RV next.
That's that next up. Okay.
I think I would have gotten there though if you given me time.
Can you guys guess Ray and Hunter? Because Drew just saw my screen.
Hutcherson had a run.
Oh, Bridge to Terabithia.
Was that 05?
No, I think that
was around that time though.
It's in the same era though.
He was cooking so fucking hard for like 5
What do you have in 05?
That man stayed working.
Bridge to Terabithia was 07.
He has
So-
07.
So this
Yeah.
05 movie kind of is the precursor to that. It's Zathura.
Oh, is this the Thora?
Oh, it's the
That's Jason and-
yeah.
Yep. I was like, wait. Him and
Man.
a
Dak Shepard
John
or whatever.
Favreau film.
Is Josh Hutcherson gonna be the next career arc series? Try
Maybe.
and figure. We're here for the Josh Hutcherson comeback.
Future
tour.
Man.
Let's go.
Good show.
By the way, John Favreau was just on the Smart List podcast. Great listen. He talks about his experience working on the film G-Force as the fat guinea pig.
I'm listening now.
Nice. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
They go
that
through his
influenced
entire
Lion King.
career, including G-Force.
Nice.
You know, Hutcherson did voice work in the dub of Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
they,
Which
little
also
boy,
came
right?
out this year.
they
came
always
out in
have
05.
guys like that.
He also did Polar Express. He's in Kicking and Screaming that
Kicking
year.
and screaming. Not the good one.
And then he rips into RV, Bridge to Terabithia, Firehouse Dog, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Fucking. All right, yeah, maybe it sort of ends there. So what?
But for a child actor, I mean, that was. I'm sure I wasn't aware enough at the time, but there might have been a discussion of in 05 to 07, like, is this the new Haley Joel Osment?
And then
And it
he's
turns out no, because Haley Joel Osment was quite literally the greatest child actor of all time.
well,
But
and also in a way he very much
Ruined that
was
for
because
everybody else.
they
they
both
both just stopped.
they
Yeah.
both ended up having very like long faces that didn't transfer to the screen anymore. Josh Hutcherson's head is a square now. If you look at him,
Yeah.
it's really cool.
He's
I still
just a Roblox.
yeah, he literally is.
What's he doing now?
Well, he was
He
PETA
got- he
in
got
Hunger
rich-
Games.
yeah,
So collecting residuals, like, I mean, that's what I would be doing.
He's
like,
so damn
I
paid.
think he's sad.
Man, you are right about his head fully is just a straight up a square. God damn. He looks like a fucking me. Like he looks like you just booted up a Wii and just
Yes,
like, I'm gonna make a me and just use the face that's like like the most sharp angles you've ever seen in your life.
He's funny as hell in RV. As like a
I'm
little,
excited for
I
RV.
can't wait.
little dork ass.
That's coming up.
Is that the next one?
That is
that
the
what's
next
next?
one. That is the next one.
Do we have anything for recasting Robin in this? It's hard for voice acting things.
Yeah, it's like
I
fucking
mean, he's just doing Robin. Like if you put anyone else in
Yeah.
that role is just it's
It's gotta be
random
Jim
background
Carrey.
role.
Yeah, it's we're gonna rehash the same names of the Jim Carrey because then they can at least do a Jim Carrey bit. But
I don't know. I don't know. Put fucking Jesse Eisenberg in there. I don't know.
what the fuck? No.
Oh, 05 Jesse Eisenberg. Let's go.
Bitch.
is Rob Thomas available?
Okay, real quick. This movie premiered at #1 at the box office.
I
mean,
looked
they-
this
they
up
were
earlier.
pushing
I
that shit.
can't
on
see.
March 11th, 2005.
My mom's birthday.
Can anyone guess? Nice. So you guys went to see it for a birthday?
Yeah, of course. When we went to the
Mhm.
311 show.
Mhm.
Can anyone guess the #2 movie?
I looked this up earlier, so I was curious what the 05 box office is gonna look like. So I
This
will
movie
abstain from this
is in its
exercise.
second weekend.
Is it
So it
Corpse
got
Ride?
knocked down. This is a sister film to the aforementioned Tooth Fairy.
Mhm. This
A-
is like a
sort of-
classic. I used to
sort of
watch this movie
spiritual
all the
sibling.
fucking time.
The game plan? Oh,
You're close. The
Pacifier.
Pacifier, yeah.
I've seen the
Oh, I was
Pacifier
about to
like
say.
500 times.
Yeah,
I love that
the
movie.
Pacifier
Mhm.
rocking at
The
#2.
Pacifier rips. Great Vin.
#3 is something called Be Cool. Is this the John Travolta?
Oh, yeah. The Rock is in
Yeah.
that too.
Wow.
Dude,
Uh,
a bunch of people are in that. Uma Thurman's in it.
You know, it's still
Vince
hanging around the
Vaughn?
top 5 though in the box office.
Hitch,
Is one of the greatest rom-coms of the 21st
an
century.
American classic,
Hitch.
Hitch taught me it was okay to manipulate women.
right?
Yeah, Hitch taught me that like anytime I go in for a kiss, I go in 90% and I wait for them to come the other 10. You know, like
I'm
how
gonna age
you do
myself.
for a kiss, you go in 90% and you let them come 10.
Uh-huh.
All these
Anytime I'm
movies
up
you
in the
guys are
club.
mentioning,
Mm-hmm.
I've only ever seen in a movie theater or rented from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Sick.
No, that's 05, baby.
That's how these movies are meant to be watched.
Right.
Yeah. Just being like, I think I heard of this movie. I'll spend $6 on it. Let's see how it goes. I don't know nothing about it. I can't really look it up.
Hitch is also a really good movie to watch on cable.
Yeah.
Whenever it would come
yeah.
on. It came on cable a lot.
Javin Keems.
I was
very funny.
man, as a kid who would come home from school every day and watch King of Queens and hated every second of it, but still watched it every day. I was fully in the Kevin James bag for years of my life. But good thing I didn't watch cartoons.
Hitch made $360 million at the worldwide box office.
Jesus Christ.
That's insane.
Dude,
People
Hitch
were chilling
rules.
back then.
Hitch is great.
Will Smith was on fucking fire.
Yeah.
You can put him in whatever, and then people will like,
Post Fresh Prince, it was like literally everything that he touched turned to gold.
I Am Legend was a little bit after that. He was
when iRobot come out?
iRobot.
06?
I thought it like early.
Yeah,
like
it's around this.
04?
I mean, the Will Smith run is like
04.
another.
04.
That's another
okay, yeah.
career arc series. Like
We
had him in our bracket, and he made it almost to the end.
because then he has a drop. Once it hits like the year 2010, it just kind of the post Pursuit of Happiness.
Right.
A lot of that goodwill kind of ran out. That's whenever Will Smith starts doing the After Earths and starts being like, I want to put my kids in my movies with me.
But Hitch is in the middle of that run, because he basically goes Bad Boys, Independence Day, Men in Black, Enemy of the State, Wild Wild West, Legend of Badger Vance, Ali, Men in Black 2, Bad Boys 2, iRobot, Shark Tale, Hitch,
Oh yeah.
Pursuit of Happiness, I Am Legend, Hancock.
I'm sorry. I just found this.
I get post Hancock.
I just found an article that has to be cap. There's no way. The title of the article is, quote, "He doesn't even write him back, Tom Cruise avoids Will Smith like kryptonite after $350 million star begged Top Gun actor to revive his career."
Post slap.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
This is from one day ago.
That's hilarious. What's the website?
Fandomwire.com.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that sounds definitely real.
And then I have another article called "How Will Smith Influenced Jeremy Strong's Succession Season 4 Performance."
Give me a fucking break.
I don't know.
According to who? So who said that? Did Will say? Jeremy Strong definitely did not say that. So did Will say that?
Hold on. I'm trying to get to like an actual quote.
They're quoting.
Is this from TVinsider.com? Is that what you're on?
This is fucked up. So it's Jeremy Strong said it, and it's what influenced him is Will Smith in real life falling apart.
That's so good.
That's so mean.
That's really awesome.
I love Jeremy Strong.
They're king.
I would hate to work with him for more than one day.
Ask Brian Cox. Brian Cox is like, can we please end this fucking show already? I don't want to have to act with this guy anymore.
You ever work with someone who's just way too fucking into the job, and you're like, you need to take a step back,
but they're also pretending to be someone else the whole time.
Aren't we all? We're all masking. Anyway,
any final thoughts on robots? Anything you wanted to get off your chest, Ray, about?
Yeah, I mean, again, rewatching it, I was honestly pleasantly surprised. I thought I was gonna just watch it real quick just so I can kind of just like riff on it, just kind of shit on it a little bit. But I think Drew mentioned it earlier. It's like how are kids supposed to get the message of like, the bigger themes of this? And they're kind of clever about it with just saying the most simple kind of moral thing ever. Is just like yourself for who you are, but in the way that they're presenting that in the context of the whole story, it's like, don't give in to this like constant pressure from this big corporation to, buy this new thing and to just forget about like, your old self and just constantly be criticizing yourself, which is always like, whoa, dude, chill. This is like a kid's movie.
You can shine bright
'cause
no
I mean-
matter who you are.
Yeah, and it's really relevant just because now more than ever, you're getting all this body image shit getting thrown at you from every direction, and it's all stuff to make you spend more. Like on any social media now, it's just like sponsored shit is getting to the top of your feed with everything, and also just I got this from somebody else. The right to repair, which is
Yes. That was literally
Crazy.
my Letterboxd review.
I was like, we're dealing with this shit like right now. I'm like, this is really weird because I know they're not like. Again, I was trashing it for being like this big celebrity hodgepodge of just phoning it in, and just like we were talking about how like they just advertise the shit out of it because they wanted to, just make this into a thing and sell their toys, which they did or whatever. But it's like there's still good shit in there, which is like so surprising. It's like a 7 out of 10, honestly. It's just like it's so not only like not offensive, but it's just like got a good moral. Like I can't like I was going into it being like, I'm gonna hate it, but it's just like so not hateable that I'm like, all right, it's not bad. It's just like there's good shit in there.
And you
If
get
it comes on from my kid, I'll leave it on.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, if it is something to put on for a little kid, it's not like they're gonna be traumatized by it or something like that, or have their brain chemistry altered, unless they become a part of the fucking democratic socialist.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you
Yeah.
just and in that case, like, good for you. Good job by you.
Yeah.
You're
Maybe it
breeding the
reached you
next
early.
Great youth. Yeah, let's show it to kids younger.
What is
And it's got, like-
unionizing?
It's got like the big fail son in it, like which is pretty much a copy of like Shrek 2. It's essentially the same thing with like the mom trying to get in this really shitty, incompetent son to take over. But it's just like we're seeing that now. Nepotism is, whatever. And she herself is an ugly robot who runs on like fucking coal. Like none of the other robots are like they're all on oil, I'm pretty sure, but she's like burning whatever. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just like there's so many little things that you can pick up from this movie that's like really smart, but again, it's just still a kid's movie. So I don't know.
I liked how horrifying it was every time the rabbit hole went deeper.
When you see like the hell of Rivet City, which is just like they have a burning.
He's talking about every time you realize something is alive that you didn't know was alive.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh,
every
that
single
too.
time it happened, we were screaming. Like he would hang up the phone, and the phone would be like, "Oh, she seems like she means well." Like,
See, and it does that kind of shit. We're just like, okay, this is a goofy movie again. So it's just like I'm just so in the middle about it. So it's
It's
like,
goofy
okay.
if you don't think about it, or it's
Yeah.
horrifying. It's pain. Everything hurts. Anytime that you like walk the ground is like, ow.
that's
it hurts.
Well, that also it logically it makes sense why this world is like ripe for communist revolution because
Right.
like
Everyone is exploited.
everything is the working class.
Yeah.
Like your toilet is like on the clock.
Right.
Yeah.
You're shitting in that guy's mouth.
You're shitting on somebody, no matter what. You're shitting on
And
somebody.
it hurts him. It hurts him when you poop in his mouth.
Hopefully, is it better that he
upsetting.
likes it or that it hurts him?
Maybe he likes maybe he's getting paid like 6 figures. Maybe
he
that's
chose
like
that, dude.
maybe that's a
he chose
great job.
You know what? I'm gonna join the release the Snyder cut. I want,
Hop in on comicbookfans.com.org and
I not only want a director's cut, I want a fucking sequel.
Mhm.
Let's go. I
wanna-
want to see a.
release the Wedge cut.
I
Give
want
me
to
the
see
Wedge.
an updated take
Wedgie.
on this story in a post-Trump, post-Elon America, where the ruling class is upended
Uh-huh.
and the laborers have fully taken over.
Uh-huh.
I want to see it.
Sure, There'd be a Amanda Bynes comeback. Let's do it.
Well, we
Jennifer
might.
Coolidge is hot right now.
That's like
too,
her,
dude.
like,
She's
third-
pumping.
Amanda Bynes had a couple comebacks before
No,
now.
Yeah,
this is the
Hairspray
one.
haven't
This
stuck,
is
but
was part of it.
We
'cause
can smuggle her a mic in the hospital.
Yeah, we smuggled the mic.
So there was Hairspray was a big comeback for
She's
Amanda Bynes.
so good
And
in Hairspray.
For me personally, of high school me seeing Amanda Bynes in Hairspray, that was a big comeback.
Ew.
She had another comeback in the 2010s that I can't remember, and I think it's time for another one.
Black
This
as a
one's gonna stick
berry,
with me.
sweet as
She's
the juice.
incredible. She is so good in Hairspray. It's great.
She's good. She's good in general. I'm gonna say that much.
She's
She's,
just- yeah,
even good
she's
in this
great.
with what little they gave her.
She's fucking
Ernie-
incredible. Child acting should be illegal because it turns your brain into,
Yeah, it's fucked up.
into a mush.
If we're going,
That's
if
the only
we're
good thing
doing
about
a
AI.
sequel, if we're doing a sequel to this, then there needs to be like, some kind of like, the woke libs need to create like a solar power in the universe, but like actually the sun's really hot and it hurts them when they
Oh
take in
my
the solar energy.
The panels are sent.
Yeah. The panels are sentient. There's wind turbines and they're like, ow, I don't like turning. That's what
Yeah,
I want.
This is
And
like
you know what isn't alive? Coal.
yeah.
And
No,
actually,
that-
it's the most humane thing is to burn more coal.
That's
in
why
this
I want to
world.
see. That's why I was trying to ask this fucking stupid Chat GPT to write like a digital version of this world, because like if you introduce like computers into this, that's a whole nother thing. That becomes entire. That throws everything off. You know, if you have like a smartphone and you're just tapping on its face all the time, you know,
Ow.
hitting it
Ow.
constantly.
Or it's like, ooh, yeah. Oh yeah.
If
Oi.
if I have like if you have a laptop and you're getting onto like Pornhub,
It has to watch you through.
It starts typing for you for like what you're looking for, like Aunt Fanny's big bulbous ass.
It's like,
would you like brazzers today, sir?
I'm afraid I can't do that. Oh, okay. Well,
Oh brother.
that's robots. Now it's time for Ketchup Corner. Ray, I'll throw it to you first. Guess first. Any new or old things you've been watching you want to talk about?
Yeah. So Indy and I, my fiance, have been just kind of digging through some like older movies and just some pure classics, honestly. Some shit I'd not seen in a long time. Like Minority Report, which I had not seen since it came out,
Banger.
honestly. And I was like
Banger.
maybe 7 or whatever. Great. It holds up so damn well. Like
That movie's so
a
fucking
little bit of the CGI looks kind of like wonky, but so much of it, I'm like, holy shit, what was going on back then? And it's just like they were
Tommy,
on it.
baby.
But then there's also some stinkers like Running Man, and we tried to watch like Escape from New York City, but like that shit takes too long to start, so we kind of dipped
yeah.
out. It's just like
It gets going though.
It does. Once
in
it gets
Yeah.
going, it's going, but it does kind of drag that
It's
first
so
30
much.
minutes or so.
when I
It's
was
a
like,
lot of
'cause
setup.
this I had seen also before, but I was like, wow, I don't remember this intro being this damn slow. Like,
Yeah, I mean it's John
kinda
Carpenter
crazy.
really starting things off. It's like he's early on with Escape from New York. Have you ever seen Escape from LA?
no, I'm
So,
gonna watch that next, probably on my
does
own.
that he does that one like a decade later, and that one's like way more cartoony. Like that movie is just kind of off its hinges.
I've seen a lot of clips from it. I've seen the
New York is a
basketball
lot
game.
more. Yeah, the fucking basketball shit. It's ridiculous. New York is a lot more. It's like he has a lot more of a steady hand in that first one of like, okay, we're actually gonna do more of like a real story here. And then with the other one, it's off its rocker. I've never seen Running Man. Would you recommend it? Is that worth it? Like a seminal Arnold
It's
Schwarzenegger?
honestly, it's like a really goofy 80s movie. I was digging it. It's just like I mean, you could really remake it today and it'd be the same. Have you all seen Gamer? It's the same thing as
Oh my
Gamer.
God, Gerard.
Almost.
Could say I've
Yeah.
seen
Gerard Butler.
that
What if COD was real?
game. Have you seen that recently, Ray?
Yeah, actually I watched the like what is like a week or two ago during work. I would like to watch like really shitty action movies.
That movie
that
is
was
out of its
on there.
fucking mind.
Man, I
The
miss
dancing
working from
scene with
home.
what's his face
It's so fucking crazy.
at the end. He's just like,
That is the wildest movie I've seen in years. I was like, I think I was like home from like a long day at work that day, and it was just on, and like I fell asleep during it, and I like kind of dreamt about it, you know, in like a weird way. But then when I
yeah,
went to watch what I had missed, like it was the same, like because it feels like you're having a dream about a fucked up weird movie.
Right. It was a bomb.
What?
It had a $50 million budget and only made 42.
Don't say that.
That's so sad. Gerard Butler, though, what a career.
And fucking Dexter's in that bitch.
Gamer.
yeah, dude. Him, yeah,
Lame.
his little dance at the end is
Incredible.
insane.
He slays.
He was doing work.
Ray, what about, so in the past like year and a half that we haven't had you on, there's been some movies that like I wanted to have you on for. One of them was RRR, and like it took me so long to get Hunter and Drew to watch RRR.
It didn't take me that long. I watched it like I watched it shortly after you. I watched it before like it had to get like Oscar buzz and shit like that.
Okay.
I just wasn't a part. I didn't watch it like the first week it came out on Netflix.
Well, I saw, Ray, you posted that was your favorite movie of the year. So if you wanted to talk about it.
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I'm in the camp of when people like I see a lot of comparisons to like Marvel when people bring it up, and I'm just like, why would you even like
degrade
put that in
it
the
like
same
that?
realm? Like
It's like
you know,
India's
if you like-
version of that. But
yeah,
it's like
if you
so
like
much
watching,
better.
you know, superhero stuff, it's cool. You know, I'm gonna watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You know, I'm not like above it or anything, but it's just like this is like such good actual like action with like so much like goofy shit in it, like so much goofy shit,
Yeah, it's like
but
it's
so much like actual heart.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
much
it's
better.
just so all these different things in this fucking long ass movie, which I've hated. You know, I went from being like, oh, I love long ass movies to being like, no, we gotta, I need 90 minutes. I need it in and out. You gotta tell me a good story. You can't just like be bullshitting me.
Make
But
them
this one-
longer.
This one, I'm like, yo, this is cool. 3 hours, I'll watch it whenever. I'll watch it like I've seen it so many times now. And then I was lucky enough also to see it in a theater, which I mean, unfortunately, it's not like it wasn't packed or anything, but it was at our little local theater here in Jax. And it was, man, it was so awesome. It was
goes
just
so
so
hard.
good.
Yeah, I
And
dragged
it was in the
to
original
the
language.
theater. Yeah, Telugu. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
which
It just
unfortunately
goes so
it
hard.
is still dubbed. I thought it wasn't going to be dubbed, but it's still
Oh yeah, some of
dubbed,
the
which is a little
ADR is
weird.
like so distracting.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, and it's just like, but there's so much of it that it's just like, it's
Were we
just
watching
so
it dubbed?
damn good.
Well, that's the thing is like it's
all a
supposed
dub,
to be in the
essentially.
original language, but it's still dubbed. I don't know what I don't
Mhm.
understand what the process is for making these movies because they say that they shoot them in 2 languages on set.
Yeah,
they
we
shoot
weren't-
them in Hindi and Telugu.
Yeah, because we weren't watching a dub. Well, I think what that allows them to do is anytime that a character is speaking without their mouth showing on screen, they just don't even have them talk like
Right.
on the day that they're shooting
Right.
because they know they're instead of doing, you know what I mean? Like instead of having them actually talk the day of once, they just
Right.
do it 0 times and then record it twice.
Right.
So a lot of the ADR stuff is like, wow,
Yeah.
y'all are recording
But
a lot of this.
both their voices sound they're just like talking so close into the mic. It's just booming.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so in front of the whole sound mix. But I mean, yeah, dude, that movie, that was my second favorite movie of the year. There's just nothing else like it. It just goes so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Every action sequence is just insane.
It was really fun in the theater.
Oh god. Oh,
It's just so crazy that like this is like the first I'm seeing of it. You know, now I mean it put me on to the two main actors and the director now, but I was just like, damn, this is just out there. This has just been these guys have been putting in work, and this is like the first thing I'm seeing. I'm just like, I feel like I've just been missing out like so hard. I'm just like shit. And I really recommend this one Twitter account called One Perfect Headshot, which is just about action movies. They just post about action movies. And but it's just like a lot of foreign ones. And I'm just like, oh wow, people are putting in this like crazy work still, which I thought of like because in between the shitty action movies that I said I've been watching, like I've also try and catch just like to, you know, balance it out. I'll just watch like an older Jackie Chan or Jet Li movie, and they're just like, dude, it's just so good. Because going to the more like recent, like I watched Expendables 3 also, and it's just
brother.
just cut. It's just like a million cuts.
Watching like 75-year-old men punch each other.
Dude, it's so just cringe, and it's just like you think I'm like I've been in this mindset of like, oh, everything is just regressing. It's just everybody's phoning, you know, they're acting in the action in, but it's just like no, people in other countries are just still you know, picking up the slack. They're doing the work.
I think in honor of Michelle Yeoh, I'm gonna try and do like a little watch through of like early Michelle Yeoh career of like I want to try and seek out like a lot of her Hong Kong work and stuff like that over there of just like whenever she's like in her like peak martial arts phase, just because it's I mean she's a fucking beast. She's the queen. Like, yeah. Also, I am in love with Ram Charan from RRR.
Oh,
and like,
dude,
I just after I've told Gaia before about how hot he was, and then whenever we were watching the Oscars, she was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "I told you, daddy as fuck. Are you kidding me? Come on, man."
I was bummed they didn't do the dance, but I guess that's a lot to ask.
Yeah, that's a hard fucking dance, man.
Yeah,
I'm Beam Hive.
Yeah, Beam is a sweetheart. He's a cuddle bug.
They both had the perfect intro in that, like
it's so
That's so cool.
We were late to the movie, so they didn't see Rom's intro. We walked in during we walked in during Beams, but the Rom's intro where he just takes down like 1,000 men
running on dudes' faces.
It's so fucking nuts. Like,
and he's
that
looking
is
sharp the whole time.
Oh my god, dude. And just how the music accentuates the shots. It just the shot of his face, the fire blowing in front of his face, and it's just the close-up of his eyes. And oh my god,
it's just the most realistic also like crowd fight I've seen in a really long time, where he's just getting wailed on. It's not just like him jumping into like a group of people and like beating up 30 dudes. It's like, no, they're just beating on him for like 10 minutes, but he's just like, fuck it, I gotta do my job. He's a monster. Like,
that's the thing about that movie. It's just it keeps going. Anytime you think a sequence is ending, it just keeps going, and then the next sequence is even bigger and bigger. And
it's set pieces topping each other and topping each other and topping each other.
It's so nuts. Awesome. Fucking love RRR. Everyone needs to see it. Any other recommends, Ray? You got it.
Most recent that I just watched, The Faculty. It's the best Thing ripoff for sure.
What is this?
Or like Thing.
Hey, there's Elijah Wood.
This is like a blockbuster classic.
Sure.
I've seen this standee like 1,000 times. I've never actually seen this movie.
Whoa, dude, this is Jon Stewart's in this.
There's like
it's a Robert Rodriguez movie.
Oh, this is right up my alley. This is like a trash sci-fi.
I'm not gonna say no, dude. Well, watch this. It's so good.
I need to watch. This is like it. We were talking about where we were talking about Bicentennial Man, because that's another one of these where it's just I like remember every day going into movie gallery or Blockbuster and just seeing like a certain set of like posters or standees, the movies that I just never actually like went out and saw as an adult, and The Faculty is definitely one of them.
I bet
Josh
Hartnett. Our boy.
I'm gonna ask Lee about this, and she's gonna be like, "You haven't seen The Faculty?"
Usher's in it. Come on, bro.
Directed by Robert.
Sure. Yeah.
Speaking of, we're gonna have to watch that Shia LaBeouf movie that we watched the trailer for last night. Lee made us.
This is one of Lee's
it's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Every time I give Lee any type of latitude over what to watch, she always goes for this movie. This has happened multiple times where she's like, we have to watch True Confessions.
Yeah. TRU.
The Shia LaBeouf Disney Channel original movie
from 2002, in which Shia LaBeouf is playing a
mentally disabled
boy.
Oh
it's
my
on
God,
Disney
I
Plus.
remember-
Oh my God.
Holy shit, dude. Oh, hold on.
And
his
sister is doing a documentary about him.
But that
oh no, does he go full like Simple
was
Jack?
Awesome. Kind of, but
the BTS trailer.
Yeah, because it was like a sort of Disney Channel like promo trailer that was like 3 minutes long, and it's like that. Yeah, it's like them being interviewed, and the last line of it is literally Shia LaBeouf being like, "Yeah, I think it turned out really great. I think it's going to be awesome." And
I think the movie's going to be pretty good.
I've never seen anything like that in like a promo thing of just like the actors being like, yeah, it's fucking it rules.
I mean, Disney Channel original movies used to be different. Like early days of DComs was just like a different thing.
Yeah.
Damn. Good luck on this one. Hopefully it aged well.
I'm gonna guess that it hasn't. If I had to make a guess right now, I'm gonna say that it hasn't.
No, we put on a clip. We put on a clip of little Shia trying to fly a kite on the beach, and it did not go well for little Shia. I'll just say that.
I'm looking at some screenshots. It's coming back to me.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I mean, DComs like are very specific to your, I guess, like 10 to 12. Well, no, 8 to 12.
8 to like 14.
Yeah. And it just falls off, you know. It's like you just have to look at whatever was coming out during a very specific time range, and anything before that and anything after that just completely falls away.
Ernie, I
will say I never had this outfit, but God, I wanted this exact outfit so bad for my parents, of like the yellow jacket with like a bunch of patches on it.
Are you trying to get me to pull up True Confession?
I want them to watch that little trailer in particular, and I found it. I put it in the WBAM chat. Just send it. It is so awesome.
All right, we're gonna do a teaser freezer.
We don't have to do it on pod. I just want them to see it.
Oh, okay. Did you pin this? You can now pin new messages.
Whoa.
Okay. That'll come in handy. I'm gonna pin so much. Anyway, I wanted to recommend a couple things that I've been watching real quick. First of all, Ted Lasso is back, and I'm worried that the haters might be right. I don't want to ring any bells right now, but I think that I loved that show because of the despair of the pandemic, where I was watching that show and just like crying my eyes out every episode, because like it was my one hope of any type of like happiness in like the depths of COVID. And now that season 3 is here, I'm watching, I'm like, are things different? Am I different? So
that's
the better your life, the worse the show.
Maybe. I think, I don't know. I'll keep watching it just to make sure, because they do sneak in little things here. Like there are times where it's like the writing is good, the editing is good, the acting is good, but it is starting to creep up a little bit where I'm just like seeing the other side of it, and I'm like, oh wait, I think people have a little bit of a point here when it comes to, you know, how this show can be a little grating. But I'm not.
That's a bummer.
I'm not totally out. That's just based on one episode.
I was gonna say, how many? It's only been one episode so far that's come out.
The second one came out yesterday.
I hope it's not, because I also really like Ted Lasso, and I appreciate it as a show. It is becoming a little bit of like a show for like Hillary Democrats, though. It's a show like the whole cast went to
They
the
did go to
White House.
It's
I know.
Like it's
it started off as that. It was the new
it was kind of always that. I know, but like it was a show that was actually trying to like say something. It wasn't just going to be Scrubs 2.0. It actually is a show about how like sometimes men can have daddy issues too,
Exactly.
which I appreciated.
Yeah.
As a man with daddy issues, I was like, man, I feel seen. I also like football.
Right. No, it was a show that really put front and center the idea of toxic masculinity and trying to like explore that and unpack that. And
man, what show were you guys watching in season 1 of Ted Lasso? That was faint.
No, it's mostly season 2 that actually is like more challenging. Those ideas.
More starts to lean into it more. Yeah.
Season 1 is just a nice, fun show. It's just, it's just a nice sitcom.
It's nice.
It's nice. Sometimes it's nice to have nice things.
That's what people say about Mayor Pete.
As the like Chernobyl cloud, the Ohio train crashes in the background.
Yeah, that's what people say about Kamala.
I also wanted to shout out Poker Face on Peacock, the Ryan Johnson show.
I gotta watch
very
this.
good.
Yeah,
very, very good show. Great vibes, great texture, great like it just kind of has that kind of crackle and pop that you want from a Ryan Johnson joint. And I just love seeing Natasha Lyonne on screen. There's no one else like her. She just has such a weird fucking vibe to her.
Did you love her in Robots?
What was she in Robots? She's credited. I just forget.
I don't know. She was like one of the gears.
Yeah, she's like
she's one of the nuts who gets eaten in the diner and is screaming in the background in agony.
She's really good in this.
She's the oil that's getting poured onto Robin, and it hurts her.
What a concept. She's great in this show, and it's just a great vehicle for guest stars. So like every episode, you just get a different guest star. There's all kinds of people in here, so tune in. It's on Peacock. It's billed as a comedy, but it's also really dark because it's like a murder mystery type show, but it's still really fun. And Ryan Johnson writes and directs here and there. He gets not every episode, but he kind of drops in throughout the season. Let's see. I guess the only other thing I wanted to bring up is there's a new show on Prime called Swarm. It's by Donald Glover because he signed like a huge overall deal with Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah.
And this is his first show out of this deal. And I didn't know what to expect from it because like I didn't know anything about it. But this is a weird show. It's about this girl that has like a crazy obsession with a pop star, and it becomes like a horror show. It's like a horror thriller. It's very different. It's like the darkest episode of Atlanta that you could imagine. Like just the weirdest, darkest possible episode. Not a lot of levity. A lot of just kind of like bleak darkness in this show, which I don't think it was exactly what I was expecting. I don't know, based on an episode and a half, if I really like it or love it, but it is Donald Glover. And so it has that quality to it, that craft that you want from him. But I'm not sure if it's on the level of something like Atlanta. It's interesting. It's cool. It's like, well, this is weird. This is something kind of interesting and unique, but I don't know. I don't know if I was on its wavelength. But I recommend it if you're curious about what Donald Glover is going to do with this big sort of overall deal that he has with Amazon. It's like the first taste of it. It's called Swarm. Also, what's her name? Fishback. Daniel Fishback is the lead, who we love from
nice.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I'm interested. It feels Donald Glover, bless his heart, love the guy. He does get up his own ass a bit, and the way that you're describing the show does sound a little bit up its own ass a bit.
Yeah.
So see the last Childish Gambino album for further examples on that.
yeah,
But
the
I'm
numbers.
interested. I'm always gonna love the guy. Atlanta's one of my favorite shows ever. So
Also, real quick, new season of Survivor. Are we off the Survivor train?
I know
Ray, you
my
watched Survivor?
Paramount Plus subscription expired, and I need to renew it because I've heard that this season's great so far. I've heard that there is a character or two who are great on this season.
David said that there's a character who's the new Tony, and you're not allowed
That's
to say.
impossible.
Yeah, that's
No,
like, oh yeah, there's a character who's the new fucking Hannibal Lecter.
Oh yeah, no, there's the new Jesus Christ just dropped.
Yeah, like there's not. He's wrong. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna watch it, but
It's good.
I hope so. It's been tough lately.
I got burned. Everyone got burned last season, so it's like
I think last season was a great season. It's just the ending. The last couple, it has an ending problem. Survivor does.
If the ending is bad, the season is tainted forever.
Exactly.
If the ending is
It
bad,
just
the
sucks.
season will not go down in
It's a
history
bummer.
as great. So until they fix it, like we got a fucking problem.
all right. Any other quick recommends, quick fire reviews? Any other thoughts on robots? We done?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to. It's we're at like the post 2 hour mark. I don't want to get into how I'm now an F1 guy. I'll save that for a future episode.
absolutely. You're always trying to get-
Absolutely not going to get into that.
You're
today.
always trying to get into how you're an F1 guy.
It's gonna be like an hour-long interrogation. I can feel it coming, and
If you go into how
I'm
you're an
just-
F1 guy, I'm gonna go into how the Mandalorian is back. Hashtag
I've been trying to get into F1. Fuck with it.
Dude, F1's good. Drive to Survive is a great show. That's my only recommend is that Drive to Survive will make you an F1 guy, and it's fun.
That's
It's
the thing.
fucking-
The show has to, because I can't make myself like watching a sport. You know what I mean? Like that
on such a regular.
It's like an impulsive thing. It's just like I don't want to like football, but I still do. I can't stop. It's not voluntary.
It's
So therefore,
yeah. I mean,
whenever
it's
whenever I try to just put on like an F1 race, I'm like, I feel like a fucking phony. I'm like, who the fuck is the like? What am I looking?
It's
at?
because so much of it is like learning who the drivers are, which is like a thing that I'll save it. We're too late into this podcast. It's gonna come out for a different time. But F1's good, guys. F1 is fun. Yeah.
Messy. It's real messy. A lot of drama.
It is. It's messy as hell.
Rich
It's
people-
basically a
rich
soap opera.
people's drama.
It's
I love
great.
it.
I love the
Wrap it up
fucking.
there.
I love how sloppy.
Thank you, Ray, for coming on. We really, really love having you on. Please let the
Appreciate
people
it.
know if they would like to find you on the internet somewhere or see what you got going on or point them in other directions. Anything that you want to let people know.
Just find me on Twitter at mango emoji. I usually am. If you want to see, more really stupid takes on like action movies or just sci-fi movies, because I'm like always on them now. Go find me there, or just rants.
Or what's it called? Warhammer figure.
Yeah, I love painting shit now, dude. I'm getting to my old man crafting stage, I think.
Let's
Bros
Tinker
30.
some bit.
Let's fucking
Getting some
go.
doodads.
Let's fucking go. Oh, it looks like
Yeah.
Hunter's grabbing something.
I'm waiting to put this bad boy together. A nice Evangelion full figurine
Oh
that I
hell
got
yeah,
right
dude!
here.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
wanting to
I'm
buy
probably
some
gonna start
Gunpla.
putting this bad boy together this weekend. So
This is what it feels like.
That's my game
Yeah.
plan tomorrow.
We went to
Yeah. Absolutely, those are my Friday night plans.
When you
I'm
enter
putting this
your
bad boy
dad
together.
phase.
your trinkets.
Yeah, entering my
Dude,
thingamajig
those
era.
old guys with the little toy trains and their little cities and shit. I get it. Oh my
That's
god.
the
I understand
move,
it.
man.
That's
It's
what-
the
Hunter.
move.
That's
Yeah.
Hunter as fuck.
Look at my fucking
robots.
figurines behind me as I'm doing this goddamn podcast
You're
here.
gonna have robots
Yeah,
all
they-
over.
they
your
were
house.
onto something.
just roboting around. Well, thank you so much,
And,
man. I hope we have you on soon again.
dude,
And thank
yeah,
you
so I
all
was gonna
for
say, yeah.
listening. and watching.
Another 3 years when we do.
Yeah, another year and a half after we're done. We're almost done. We're
next
getting
actor.
there.
Maybe Denzel, maybe Mike Myers to keep it with another white guy. Let's keep the train rolling.
We got to do all the whites, the whites first,
Yeah.
and then we can move off.
Nick Cage is Italian, so he's
No. Thank you all for tuning in. Please rate, review, subscribe, like, and comment, and let us know your thoughts on robots. Check out weboughtamic.net, where you can get every episode delivered in your inbox. Join the Discord. Donate. Thank you, beautiful donors, for donating. Next week, we're talking The Last of Us, season 1, and then RV. Robin in dad mode with RV.
let's fucking go.
Nice.
Also, the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Not
Okay.
are we?
No.
No.
Well, while we're on the topic,
That's just a
Wow.
note. That's just a note from me. That's a mental note.
Okay, if that's how we're
It's a
feeling.
movie that exists. It's a movie that we have to go
And
see.
Air. You're
Air
excited.
now. Air now. We're talking.
I'm gonna watch Air. I don't want to admit it, but I'm gonna watch.
What
it.
if we bought a shoe? What if we bought a shoe, guys?
Oh, that movie. Yeah.
The shoe movie. There's
It's
a
literally it's Affleck and Damon. Come on.
That's how they get you.
I'm in.
Thanks for listening. We love you. Bye.
Bye.